Consider, there is no such thing as a sword. Matisse Sword Manual, First Precept. R. Albin. Cheer 500. T-owl froggy, T-owl froggy, T-owl froggy, T-owl froggy, T-owl froggy, T-owl froggy, T-owl froggy. still not regretting for being sub this long. Your streams truly enrich my life. Everybody. Hold. Hold. Lick the matcha whisk. Now. Jmike Moldavins liquor. Or hell ye beat that tea owl boy anxi kerm.
You know, you guys, you see the water moving in the bowl when I'm holding it? It's because that's my heartbeat. Watch. My heartbeat was higher because I had to like lean over and like hold myself up. Hello, owlets. I am arrived. How are you all today? I am not alone. One moment, need to put a last couple of things together. Almost there. There we go. Hello, owlets. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Good to see all of you. I am not entirely certain what we have in store today, but I'm looking forward to it. Ryan has put this together especially for us. We had a couple of options, and I want to say, oh dear, excuse me. I wanted to save at least one of them for Mike. But this one is just for Ryan and I. Ryan has been kind enough to track it down. Oh, Chocolate, remind me and I can measure for you after stream. Hi, Demi. I'm seeing a lot of good faces in chat. Chocolate, hey, Mom. Oh, enjoy the yard work, Mom. Good to see you. And Demi, again, congratulations on getting into VFur. But we are having a slightly... It's not The Room, but it is from a director who I do not know. Ryan has put on his best garb today. Say, Ryan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Fred. Hi.
Excellent. Ryan, ever since discovering Fugi, has gotten very excited about it. And how many custom Fugis have you put together at this point, Ryan?
I think 6.
6?
I want to say 6, yeah. I feel Neil Breen is most appropriate for Stavo.
Really? Okay. Explain why.
This film is... I love this director. And I should clarify somewhat that he is the producer of this film, not director. But his fingerprints, his mucky fingerprints are all over it.
Okay.
And but it's a director who I really love, not for like the reasons you normally love bad directors.
Okay.
You love Tommy Wiseau because he is, he's just mad, right?
Right.
And you can also kind of pull apart with Tommy Wiseau the strands of like the references he's going for, because the tearing me apart Lisa thing is like it's from oh, I forgot who's the actor who died in the car crash like in the 60s.
James Dean?
James Dean. It's based on something James Dean said in the film, and the film's completely
really?
Yeah.
I did not even realize that.
But he's obviously, it sounds weird when it comes out of Tommy Wiseau's mouth.
Right.
The young 25-year-old.
Everything that comes out of his mouth is weird.
But this director is genuinely excellent, and he is one of the most influential directors who ever existed.
Really?
But at the same time, yes, as you'll see, we're gonna see some of the enormous. It's hard to overstate how influential this man was. And we're talking about him because he passed away recently, and it was, some people might know if I say he passed away recently because it was on the news. But you'll see the undeniable traces of why he's an important, great director. And I think a lot of it is because even though he made a lot of bad films, he made a lot of bad films very cheaply that made a lot of money. And then he also made some great films.
Interesting. So what? I always come back to that one line from Nope. Have you seen Nope?
I haven't seen Nope because I hear there's a scene involving a primate attack which will absolutely traumatize me.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that is pretty brutal. It is very thematically important, to be clear. Extremely thematically important and relevant, but and plot relevant, weirdly. But yes, there is a rather brutal scene that plays out a couple of times.
A couple of times?
Yeah,
dear.
It plays out a couple of times in the movie. Again, love Nope. Although it touches on some of my most primal fears. And I'm not just calling them primal fears because it's a chimpanzee attack.
Yeah. I saw Ad Astra on a plane once, and films on planes are edited for content, and that still had the guy's nose being bitten off by a baboon in it, and that has cursed my dreams. So I'm very
reasonable.
I'm very I'll get around to it one day. Halloween. I'll watch it in Halloween, Fred.
Okay, sounds good. I would like that. For my birthday, I have an October birthday. So, before we get started, there are a couple of things I wanted to chat about. Of course, there's always a couple of things. I feel like there's always something. But, first of all, I wanted to let you all know that Evan Thorns has been kind enough to allow us to use the animation that they made as an emote. For those who didn't see it yesterday, look at this. It's so cute. Yee. The little wave. Here, let me share my screen with you, Ryan.
Thank you. You're a darling. I can see it on the Twitch stream as well.
I know. But look at this. It's so incredible. And they were kind enough to make it not just a BTTV. They're letting us make it not just a BTTV emote, but a full, like, emote. So you can use it in other people's streams, too, if you're subbed.
Ooh. It's very, Cuphead. It's a little bit sort of Cuphead-y.
Yeah,
like,
it has that
rubber
feeling.
band, rubber tubey kind of.
Well, if I remember correctly, Evan Thorns is studying animation. Like, if I am not horrifically mistaken. Is that correct?
In fact, don't ask me. I don't know. Someone in the chat says microwavable.
Microwavable. Do not put the baby in the microwave. Were you there for that? That's a thing in the Sonic comics. Had a bad dream. Better microwave the baby.
You know what? I actually know what you're talking about. I actually know that. I blame Mike for that.
Okay, Evan Thorns is in chat. They said, did study. Free from school now. Excellent. Congratulations on your graduation. Whenever that was. But yes, I am going to... You know what? Oh, I guess it... I have automatic approval. Let me upload it right now. Hell with it. Give me 2 seconds. They gave me the file. Nah. Hopefully this will not ruin my internet. Yeah, dev info.
That was your internet breaking.
Thank you. Okay, we've got it. Muchi. Extract. Okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing this right now so you all can have this. I feel like it's too good to deny it to you. I just woke up and saw that they have messaged me. I have someone else I need to message on Twitter too. Ugh. The bots
you have so
have
many
gotten
people
awful.
you need to... They have, but you have so many people you need to message.
It's true. Like, constantly, all the time. It is kind of embarrassing how long sometimes it takes me, because if... It really depends on my mood. Like, am I overwhelmed today?
While you're here, Fred, I have a few issues I need to raise with you, just looking back for our chats here.
There we go. Okay, I think this looks good. Oh, it's so cute. And it works well small, too. Okay, hold on. It's... Wait. Upload GIF. Yeah, why won't it let me... Oh, I need to put other things. This is going to be T-Owl High.
This is all very exciting, Fred, but I feel like... So one of the other films we're going to watch, or potentially would have watched tonight, which you wanted to save for Mike, was... it featured some car-related shenanigans. And I think the reason you didn't want to watch it is because you were afeared that I would make fun of your multiple car incidents throughout your life.
I have just a bad track record with cars. Not crashing them. I am an obnoxiously safe driver, I think. There we go. It's there. TL High. Look it.
Oh,
high.
That's really cute, though. That's a great
so
emoji.
Good. Eee. The little hello. Oh, it's so precious. Hi. The little wave. Oh, everyone. It should be there. It should be there. Tiao Hai. Oh,
Fred
that is.
is doing
Oh, wait a minute. I need to.
excellent job of
do...
not talking about the car related incidents.
It's true. Wait a minute. Where is
But
it?
like the reason that like, because they're not bad, but the reason it's funny is because you used to get so upset when I used to be like,
I did. Well, because like they were my. Like a car is my responsibility.
I love we were in Iceland and you're like, how'd you take a roundabout? And I was like, oh god. it's back to front to my ones.
Here we go. Evan Thorns. That should be it. Okay. I put the attribution in there. We have a few emotes that have been made by or actually, do you want the attribution, Evan Thorns? I wasn't sure. You can deny it if you don't want the attribution on it itself. That's chill. They gigantified it? Wait. Oh, did I miss the gigantification? I'm going to do it myself. You'll take it? Okay, cool. Gigantify. T-owl. Hi. Wait. Where is it? It's taking a second to propagate. It's so cute. Oh my, it is so good when you ambigify it. Look at it. It's so cute.
That's a perfectly cromulent word, Fred.
Ambigification. A noble heart embiggens the soul. Oh, by the way, I introduced Aoife to Futurama. And Aoife being my manager in ASTRALINE. And like I showed her a clip. I'll show you the clip that I showed her from Futurama. After I showed her the clip, she started binging the show and she just loves it.
That's lovely.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I'm getting recommended videos about the new norm. Okay, hold on.
Normies everywhere.
I was showing her the origin of the I don't want to live on this planet anymore meme. It is so funny. It is so funny. Here. God, the TL High is so cute. Oh, it's so delightful.
It's very good, yeah. Good job, Fred.
My heart. Okay, I do this thing. I do this thing where when something makes me happy, I just like start freaking out about it for a while. And it's very childish.
Nothing I show you tonight will make you happy.
Good. You know what? Good. I feel like that's the way it should be.
It is the way of the
world. Thank you, Bang Boo. Honestly, the movie tonight, the subject of tonight's stream is going to be the challenging thing, I think. I love this. There's so many great little gags in Futurama. Wozniak Nerd Academy. Go Flinchers.
Very good, yeah. I just paid attention to that.
I don't understand evolution, and I have to protect my kids from understanding it. We will not give in to the thinkers.
You people are as loud as you are ignorant. Now get back on your...
There are so many great lines. You people are as loud as you are ignorant.
You are ignorant. Now get back on your turnip trucks and go home. That is an insultingly accurate stereotype, sir. As a professor of science, I assure you that we did, in fact, evolve from filthy monkey men.
I cannot speak for you, sir, but my ancestors were not monkeys. They were orangutans. Hard-working, patriotic orangutans.
Dr. Banjo?
In the fur. And I remind you that evolution is merely a theory, like gravity or the shape of the Earth.
Hey, Professor, I'm a flying spaghetti monster. You seriously believe I'm descended from some kind of flightless manicotti?
Yeah!
That is such This is an outdated reference at this point, but there is a church, was a church, called the Church of the Flying Spaghetti
They
Monster.
must be still around. There are still people who must do it. This is Mike's God.
It's
You're
a
being
parody
blasphemous
religion.
towards Mike's God. It's not. Mike believes in this.
That is an insultingly accurate stereotype. It is very Reddit, yes, and it originated from my alma mater. Fun
no
fact.
way. No way.
Yeah,
I was going to suggest that there are still people unfunny enough around to be members of the Church of the Spaghetti Monster. But I didn't want to cause a controversy, Fred.
Okay. Just by calling it annoying?
Unfunny.
Unfunny, yeah.
Flightless Manicotti?
For those who don't know, the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster was a parody religion that wanted, like, the way that it went, the idea went that if they could gain any level of legitimacy, then it would, like, prove the ridiculousness of other religions who get, like, special treatment in certain areas. Like, oh, you have to let me wear a coriander on my head because it's part of my religion. I can just say anything's my religion.
Did you just call a colander a coriander?
Is a colander a
a coriander?
Colander, excuse me. Coriander.
That's beautiful. I'm going to call it a coriander from now on.
I'm going to scream.
Descended from some kind of flightless Manicotti?
Yes!
Oh, please. A far more logical explanation is the undisprovable science of creaturism. All life was created in its present form 7,000 years ago by a fantastical creature from outer space.
Bunk!
Oh?
Bunk.
If your elitist East Coast evolution is real, why has no one found the missing link between modern humans and ancient apes?
We did find it. It's called Homo erectus.
Then you have proven my case, sir. For no one has found the link between apes and this Homo erectus.
Yes, they have. It's called Homo habilis.
Aha! But no one has found the missing link between ape and the so-called Homo habilis.
Yes, they have. It's called Australopithecus africanus.
Oh, I've got you now. Fair enough. But where, then, is the missing link between apes and this Darwinius Macilli? Answer me that, Professor.
Oh, okay, granted that one missing link is still missing. But just because we haven't found it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Pshaw! Things don't exist simply because you believe in them. Thus saith the almighty creature in the sky!
I've hit a rich vein of missing links. Java Man, Piltdown Man, Manfred Man. Eureka! It's the elusive missing link. This will show Banjo once and for all.
Welcome, museum members, or as I like to call you, future exhibits.
He's good.
Tonight we have a new resident here in the Hall of Hominids, generously donated by its discoverer, Hubert Farnsworth. Ladies and gentlemen, Homo Farnsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, Homo Fredrik.
Once again, science saves the day. The
We're all homos, Fred.
And now, to discuss the scientific implications of this discovery, our new museum curator, Dr. Banjo.
Thank you, Professor Farnsworth, for your generous...
There's such a tiny gag of him, like, crawling up onto the podium. Like, there's so many tiny gags. Like, the humor in Futurama is relentless. Right? It never gives you a moment. Like, gag.
Thank
gag.
you, Professor Farnsworth, for your generous gift, which has once and for all disproven evolution.
Another gag, him grabbing on and hanging off of it. Another gag immediately.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Yeah, it's very good.
Homo Fredrik, known for the specimen's yowie hands. Shut up. I'm going to scream. But yes, I showed this clip to Aoife, my manager, and this convinced her to just binge Futurama, and she's loving it.
Yeah, Aoife's the best.
No, Aoife's lovely. God, just the pace of Futurama really takes me off guard, right? Just, there is a gag every couple of seconds.
Like The Simpsons as well. Obviously, they got the same creator, but the same level of humor per minute. The only show I can really think of that, like, in some way, sort of hits the same level is Arrested Development. Arrested Development was like constant jokes.
Yes,
really
that's
put
true.
together.
No, that is accurate. I agree. Oh, okay. So let's see. I was up very late last night because we were doing a tech rehearsal and then a table read of a script. But in between then, I did do something in Foxhole. So my brother and I, we've been playing Foxhole together. We've been running in armored vehicles. But last night we decided that we wanted to try out a gunboat, which is, let me show you.
Passion Gunboat.
Passion, shut up. Oh, whoops, not fandom. Wiki.gg.
Your lips say shut up, but your laughter says carry on, Ryan.
Here, this is what we were trying out last night. This baby. So it's got a gun slot on the front and back. You have a couple of different options that you can put in there, and then you have a big main cannon which is loaded with mortars as well as a spotter that can tell distance.
It looks like a Monitor class ship. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Straight out of the Civil War.
No, absolutely. It has that vibe, but like with that interwar period theme. The roundness of the
no,
rotating
this is Civil
turret.
War. This is Civil War. The USS Monitor. It just had a big round turret in the middle.
Oh, really? Hold on. Let me see.
Google that ship. USS Monitor. So if you heard of a Monitor, the ship, the Monitor, class of ship, Monitor, that's where it gets its name from.
Oh yeah. No, I see what you're saying. This thing.
Yep. It's the same like length of gun.
It's very funny, the proportion of the ship that's taken up by the flag.
I was going to say that. Yes, like, this is the most American ship ever.
Mm-hmm. But yes, we were driving around in this, and specifically, I can even show you where we were operating because we actually managed to make a pretty major win. I'll show you. So in this game, there is concrete, but concrete, when you lay it down, you can take defenses and then lay concrete on them, and that makes them much, much tougher. However, concrete takes 24 hours to cure, to dry, and during that time, it is very vulnerable. So I can even show you where we were operating on the map. So check this out. Here we were, right? We were on this map, and we were operating out of Maiden's Vale. We took our gunboat down this river into this narrow channel, and right about here, there was some wet concrete. But there were enemy defenses right on this line here. The range of the cannon is 100 meters. And if we hung out right here, right here, we could just barely reach the concrete. And we were able to smash it. It was me, my brother, and then we brought Ark. Ark joined us last night, Ark and Rue. And then Ender Cobra joined us partway through as well. So we had 5 people on. Turns out having 5 people is good. Corey was the driver. Ark and Rue were the gunner and the spotter, respectively. And I was the captain. I was keeping an eye out for... Like, I was mostly, like, spotter, watching out for...
Well, Fred, you do like having a lot of seamen around.
I do. I love just being surrounded by seamen.
Surrounded by seamen.
Mm-hmm.
In charge of something long, hard, and full of...
Yes, I am the captain. Yeah, and we were smashing wet concrete.
Fredrik is drowning in semen.
We were being shot, though. Like, the enemy artillery knew that we were there, and they were bombarding us, but they were barely missing. The shells would land in the water right next to us and spray over us. We just got sprayed. Surrounded by semen.
So childish. Stop saying I laughed at sex on the internet. I'm not a child.
Yeah. You're very, very adult. Today is an adult day. That's why he's Neo Breen.
Exactly.
Adult films.
I can't believe you attacked their wet concrete, Fred. I can't believe it.
Okay, there was a really incredible moment. So this little rail bridge here was destroyed, but you can still walk out onto it a certain distance. There were people in a push gun. You get 2 people on this gun with like big metal plates in front, and then you walk it forward and you can fire, right? There was one push gun that was wheeling out onto the bridge, and Ender Cobra did like something kind of incredible in that moment. Like, he's on the deck, right? Like, we're both spotting and watching for anyone incoming, looking in 2 different directions. It's also good to have an extra person in case one person dies, like is shot, or a shell lands on the deck and kills someone. Then you have another person to take over. He saw the push gun and very quickly looked up its stats online, discovered its range, and then discovered where we could sit in order to still be in range but not be shot. That range, that perfect range where we were out of range of the push gun but able to hit the concrete, was razor thin. But we did it. We found it. And we had 80 mortars. We launched almost all of them. We were nearly out of mortars when it crumbled. Just barely. Foxhole has so many intense moments. I gotta say, like, actually fighting and on the front line in Foxhole is quite exhilarating.
Fred's leaving Logi behind. Fred's moving on.
I'm not leaving it behind. I'm just enjoying other aspects of the game. One thing I'm realizing I might have to do is record my experiences in the game so that I can actually show them on stream, because I keep telling war stories and I don't want to stream it because, you know, Intel problems, but I think I'm gonna record my gameplay and then maybe cut it up so I can show all of you. I think that'd be fun.
The place names are very Game of Thrones around here.
They're very weird, yeah, like Clastra, and then we were bombarding a place called Bewailing Fort.
Yeah, the Lannisters will never know what hit them, Fred.
Across the river is the Vault, and then the Treasury is the town we're after. Got it, Ender.
It really
Thank
is.
you. Thank you very much. Feel free to record. Maybe I will. The highlight reel, because this game is very intense, right? Like, the video that we are making is going to be very intense. The gameplay is pretty relentless.
Yep.
It's a very intense game, especially given the context that everything made has to be produced and shipped forward. Everything has value.
Yeah.
And so it adds a layer of pressure to the game that is exhilarating, right? It gives a context.
Get the battle music going, Fred.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm really excited to hear the music that you end up making for the video.
Sorry, I'm nodding. You can't see me.
Yeah, you're fine.
Sometimes I do that. You say something, I just nod. The wise man just nods, and Fred can't see me nodding.
And neither can stream. I appreciate the assent. There's one more thing that we need to do. God, I love the little high emote. It's so good.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Evan.
Yeah, it's really lovely. It's really beautifully animated. I love.
We also have art. We have a Starry Feathers sketch page. Look at this. Oh my god, Xander Netherbrand came on.
Yes. And
we read Boat Murdered. And Starry Feathers, you a sketch page. Look at it. Oh my god. Owlet loading. I don't get it. Oh, I need to move Neil Breen 1 second.
No! I can't believe you've done this, Fred. I cannot believe you've done this. I can't help you get out of this one, Fred.
I can't get you out of this one, Ryan.
Bitch.
I'm linking this to Xander. Because last time I showed Xander had an absolute, like, conniption. He loved it.
Conniption.
A
Banished to the Breen Corner. That sounds like something from Superman. Like General Zod's getting sent to the Breen Corner.
Kneel to the Breening halls. That is the worst joke that my stream has conjured. But look at this, though. Hold up. Hold up. And he said, you can hold me up.
Hold up.
And then, yeah.
Hold up.
Hold me up. Oh, there's my yaoi hands. Yes. Spider fingers. Caressing Xander.
It's very Democracy Manifest. Take your hands off my foreskin.
Get your hands off my penis. I love that he did an interview. He did an interview recently about that incident, and it turns out that the police did not grab his penis at all. Like, he just yelled it. Like, he's just like, oh, you should be able to say whatever.
If someone yelled that at me, I'd let go of them.
Yeah. I appreciate that they didn't care. Right? They just rolled.
It's beautiful. That's how I want to go down. Swinging.
Swinging and screaming penis. I feel like I already do that much of the time anyway. Also, right, this was from a clip from Jurist the dwarf. Let me go and find this. Oh, is this it? Oh, here we go. God, this is classic.
Alright, listen to me, you knife-eared piece of shit. If you go any further with your piss-stained pubic hair you call a wig, I'm gonna wreck your shit so hard that you won't even be able to walk with your limp dick. I'm gonna shove my foot so far up your shaven, bardic little ass that your breath is gonna smell like shoe polish. Then I'm gonna take that little red anal bead on your belt and push it in your face. I'm gonna flagellate you with my fucking beard. I'm gonna build you a pair of runic mechanical balls and use surgical precision to sew them to your groin, where your manhood ought to be, just so that I can kick them with my iron fucking feet, you twat.
Yeah, I miss living in Scotland.
Alright, listen to me, you pole-proportion dendrophiles! If you try anything nasty with the bitch boy over here, I'm gonna take your fucking arrows and shove them in between your polished fingernails! I'm gonna take that bowstring of yours and string you up by your fucking foreskin until gravity gives you a butt circumcision! And play
this
like
music is so intense.
This is some of the people on the Alpha Busa team that did this.
Perfect.
Like the voice actor for the elf is the same person that in the Emperor if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device, that was Magnus.
You should totally play one of the elves, Fred.
You want to know something crazy? I should though. The person who played Jurist the dwarf is Carl the Deranged, who also is the person who does the reviews at the end of Norfolk Wizard game.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of insane how many classic internet things I have some sort of relationship to.
Yep. It's because you kill those people, Fred. That makes you a lot of enemies.
Matey. More Norfolk Wizard game is coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're actually tomorrow having another session. Okay, but yes, that is why we have leave my foreskin alone. Desperate pleading. And then this... Wait, what is this in the top right? Wait. Wait.
That a star? This is a sun with a moon across it, and...
No, it's a black hole, I think.
Black hole.
That looks like a black hole to me.
That's a black
charting.
hole.
Oh my god, right, because I was talking about charting wormhole space. So when I played EVE Online, one of the main things that I did, one of my favorite activities, was charting wormhole space. There was actually a very small bounty on charting anomalies. Very small, right? Like way less than you would get for doing most other activities. But it's something, right? It's an encouragement. And I was there because I liked mapping it. There are mapping software tools out of game, and then you can plug the information in. It is so cool. And that's what I did. I was in wormhole space much of the time, the Mad Max insanity, and I was one of the people charting the constantly moving labyrinth.
I feel like you're being disingenuous when you compare anything in EVE to Mad Max.
Why is that?
Because Mad Max is Mad Max and EVE Online is EVE Online.
Well, just they're raiders. They're mysterious, weird, brutal raiders who just suddenly spill out of a wormhole and wreck everything.
I feel like the original Mad Max was the inspiration for Saw, because there's a scene at the end of the first film where he's like, "You, if you cut your leg off, you can escape before you catch fire," and then
right.
See, that's what I think of when I think of Saw. I don't think of spacecraft being a little bit serene.
It can be, although EVE gets very intense very quickly. Josie Dearly, if you want to do that, right? If you end up playing EVE Online, if that appeals to you, join EVE University and join the Anikis campus. That's the wormhole campus. Ask to get into wormholes, and they will hook you up. As the IT director... Oh, you're in Hard Knocks, Lucia! Wormhole software is far too complex. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of bloat. The Anoikis campus. Noikis? I think? It starts with an A. Ask for the wormhole people. They'll get you hooked up. You have the mental image of people in wormhole space being space samurai. They do... Okay, one thing that really struck me about wormhole space is how honor-bound everyone is. They're brutal, right? But there is a strict code of conduct by which everyone lives. And you will be ostracized if you start being a little shit. Like, they won't have you. When people cause problems in wormhole space, when people like start acting dishonorably, you know what happens? They get evicted. They get hunted out. There's a lot of old weird Bushido. Source just did a few large-scale evictions, yeah. Wait, okay, hold on, Lucia. Who got evicted recently? Please tell us the wormhole code. You only... generally speaking, smashing someone's home system is bad form. You don't want to go in and smash it, right? In wormhole space, everyone kind of has to agree to live together, right? Also, if you can take a fight, you take the fight, right? If you try to get even numbers, and then you take the fight, and when the fight is done, you let people collect their stuff and then retreat back. That usually happens. People are usually kind. You evicted Sin for trying to backstab... Wait, backstab Laserhawks? Wait, really? Sorry, they're talking wormhole politics, and this is mega. This is a
You down a rabbit hole incoming.
This is a super niche part of an already super niche thing, and I'm like so behind on the wormhole drama. So I'm being a problem. But yes, there's when someone offers a fight, right? When someone comes in, when you discover that your wormholes are linked together and you meet each other, you build your fleets and then you enter the fight, right? Like, and when the fight is done, like when one side is done, they say good fight, the other side says good fight, and then that's it, right? And then you go back, right? The rules of engagement are quite strict. And it's also bad form to just crush a smaller force.
Yeah.
In terms of a fleet, right? Like if you're going roaming, you can pick people off for sure, but you can go to someone's front door and knock, right? You go knocking for a fight, and then they can pull their fleet out, and then you engage, right? Very honorable combat. Okay. Singularity Syndicate asks the Laserhawks to let them share a C6 space farm. Then Sin trying to bring Oh, shit. Okay, I see why you evicted them. Syndicate tried to bring in the goons. They tried to bring in Goon Swarm, the Imperium, to help them evict Laserhawks from a C6. Holy shit. That is low.
Goons
that is like... That is like... How do I describe this, right? This is like...
Gooning on the wormhole.
What's a good analogy? That is oh my god.
It's
you don't bring in nullsec folks to wormhole space. You do not. That is one of the most dishonorable things I could imagine anyone doing in wormhole space. It's like bringing the Pinkertons into a labor dispute.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's kind of like... Oh... Imagine if it's Star Wars, right? It's like inviting, like it's like a rebel base having a spat and someone inviting the Imperials in. Like, here, could you help us get rid of this other rebel base that is causing us problems? I don't know. I can't. Ooh, it's like someone having a problem. Okay, no. Here we go. It's like Star Trek reference. Ready for this? It's like there being a political dispute in the Federation and someone inviting a Romulan battle force to take care of their problem.
That's it, Fred. You nailed it.
That's
With
it.
a Star Trek metaphor.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about William Shatner tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A little bit. Briefly.
You could see that being an episode? Yeah. Sorry, that's just like, oh, that, like... Lucia, oh my god. Okay, Lucia reformed... You reformed Hard Knocks to get rid of them. Okay. And now you're playing again. Okay, that's kind of amazing. Fred, this means little to me. So basically, one group in Wormhole Space in EVE Online did one of the lowest things and invited one of the empires into Wormhole Space, the hated enemies of wormholers, in to help deal with their little political problem.
Yep.
He invited their enemies, the universal enemy of wormholers. That is wow. That is impressive. I'm just kind of gobsmacked.
Mm.
Doesn't every single null block have a wormhole branch? Yes, to some degree, because they want to go into wormhole space and gather materials, but they do not live in wormhole space. Right? That is not their home. They don't understand it in the same way, and they are not a part of the culture. The culture of wormhole space is very defined. Wormhole space being kind of an area of space in EVE Online that is separate, considered separate from, whoopsie daisy, from the rest of the game. You let null-set groups have small groups there as long as they don't bring in the blob. Yeah, as long as they don't try to muscle in. The problem is wormhole space, the mechanics of wormhole space specifically restrict large fleets. The thing that allows empires to exist in EVE Online is the ability to field massive fleets. The mechanics of wormhole space specifically deny people having their own, like, bringing their big fleets.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're interested to know more, watch the Down the Rabbit Hole
Watch
episode.
the Down the Rabbit Hole video on EVE Online. But the short version is wormholes are only large enough to allow certain sizes of ships through, and if a certain amount of mass passes through, so if too many big ships pass through, it'll collapse. So
oh no, that big ship is too big for my wormhole.
Oh no.
Oh no, I don't know if that was it.
Step fleet.
Step fleet. Oh no. Riddled with porn brainworms, Fred.
The problem is that if a this actually happened once where this is the funniest thing. I had a couple of people actually from
Fred, look at chat. You've really done it this time.
Look at chat. Step fleet, I'm stuck. Help me, Step Commodore. My wormhole is collapsing. No.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
So, what this means is that if a large fleet goes through a wormhole, it can collapse behind them, and they have no way to get out. Unless they have someone who can scan their way out and desperately try to find their way back to normal space. Now, there was an incident where a fleet commander for it was Pandemic Legion, I think, who are elite players, right? One of their fleet commanders said, okay, well, we're going to escape from a bad fight by getting through a wormhole and hiding there. We're going to hide in a wormhole. So most of the fleet makes it through, but the fleet commander did not know about the collapsing mechanics. So when most of the fleet had made it through, the wormhole collapsed, and the only ship that was able to scan down wormholes was on the near side of the wormhole in normal space. So this fleet is stuck in wormhole space with no way to navigate out. And so, given that situation, rather than just, sitting there, they shot each other and respawned back home.
That doesn't work in real life, people.
No, it doesn't. Now, I was reading the script, right? I was reading the script to a couple of people. I had some CCP people were actually listening to the whole script and giving feedback. And they gave very helpful feedback, and they were very.
Wormhole make that fleet pull out game week.
Oh my God, Blind Archer, stop! I'm going to vomit. This stream's awful. I'm shutting it down. I was reading this script to them, to CCP Convict and Elise Randolph.
Oh, I like CCP Convict.
Yeah, Convict is really sweet. Convict is great. Yeah. Elise is great. He was wonderful. But as I'm reading the script, I get to this part about a fleet commander trying to hide their fleet in a wormhole and collapsing the wormhole behind them and like losing the entire fleet. Almost the entire fleet. Elise Randolph, in just the tiniest voice, speaks up as I read this account and says, "Oh, that was me." I had unintentionally included one of Elise's most embarrassing moments in my video about EVE Online, which everyone understood that it was going to be seen by a lot of people. So... Yep.
Well, never cats out in the background.
Yeah, it was... He was okay with it, right? It was... He took it in stride. But it was a very embarrassing moment. I had just unintentionally read out one of his most embarrassing moments as a fleet commander to him.
Fred.
And he knew that it would be heard by millions of people.
Millions of fans. Fredrik and their millions of fans. Fans? I assume there may be multiple fans who watch the show.
That's true.
It's lovely hearing you talk about your special interests and your passions and everything. But it's 10 p.m. here, and I'm going to London in the morning, so I would like to push you.
Yes, let us get started. If you would not mind, I would like to make myself a cup of tea before we get started. So, everyone, I would highly recommend that before we get started with the movie, we're about to start the movie.
Our feature presentation.
Our feature presentation. Stand up, stretch your legs, stretch your arms, get yourself a sippy. We'll be back here in just a couple of minutes.
Now.
Shit yourself. Right now. Hello. I'm back. I have my tea. And Ryan, are you ready?
Hi. I'm ready to go, yes. I'm very excited.
Perfect. So, we're going to get started. I'm going to let everyone know that we're getting started right now. Bad movie starts now. Hop in. There we go. Okay, Ryan. If I'm not mistaken, you have a little bit of background to give us about this movie.
Well, I have a little bit of background. I have a little bit. So some people guessed in chat correctly that the director, in this case actually producer, is Roger Corman, and it's really hard to overstate how much of a legend of the film industry Roger Corman is, as you'll see. But his work is really remarkable in terms of not just the number of films he made or the quality of them, also the number of people who owe their careers to him is like remarkable. So in your Google Drive, Fred, Google Drive, we do have a picture of Roger Corman.
Okay, which letter is it?
It's A.
A.
We go in alphabetical order.
Wait,
Fred.
I did not mean to put him in here. Oh, well, I guess he is now in VTube Studio. It's Roger Corman. Yay!
That's
Roger
a great
Corman.
He looks great with the
Look
Tommy
at
gun.
me. I'm Roger Corman. Oops. I'm Roger Corman. Hi. It's me, famous VTuber, Roger Corman.
Hi, I am Roger Corman. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to my stream. He kind of speaks like that. He has a very clear way of speaking. I'm not from Detroit, so I can't do the accent. Yep.
I can't get it right side up again. Hold on. Completely right side up. That's like not quite right even.
Roger Corman debuts from beyond the grave.
Now recreated with AI.
Detroit become Corman.
Stop.
That's fantastic. So Roger Corman passed away in May this year, and it was kind of a big news story. It was on like the front page of BBC, and quite rightly so. And he's one of those people who it's really hard to articulate the reach of his work, because he not only made films, directed films, he imported films to he brought films over to the US and did their English. Well, I don't know if he was responsible for the English translations, but he distributed to the US, and then he gave all these people their starts. But the second little file on the Google Drive is a bit of fun, because you played Futurama. We have now got a clip from The Simpsons, which references Roger Corman.
Okay. Oh, what the? Oh, hold on. I realized I needed to call out subs, because people have been resubbing, and I've been a bit distracted. I'm like, wait a minute. I just want to say thank you, Cogfather, for the 11 months, and thank you, Captus, for the 12, and I Eat Chalk for the 11, and Butlerian Jihad now for the 21 months, and Bungie Gummy for the 29, and still not regretting being subbed this long. We'll have to fix that. To think that my streams are enriching is kind of wild. Hobo Goblin for the 10 months. Beat that T, Owl Boy. And then it's Kermit doing an Ahe face.
Oh, we have such horrors to show you.
Oh, that is a lot to stomach.
Can we just ban that person?
Yes. It's been a good 10 months. Bye. Okay.
Or make him a mod.
Or yeah, there's no in between. All right, please continue.
Oh, me. Sorry. Yes. So the second clip, if you go into your Google Drive, Fred,
yes,
is a wonderful clip from The Simpsons. Their $1,000 movie.
Okay. God, The Simpsons is still good. Okay, hold on. Let me put away Roger Corman.
No, he should be here. Put him
here?
in the
yeah.
Put him in the
okay.
corner. No, Roger.
There.
Oh God.
And now the conclusion of our $1,000 movie, Roger Corman's Titanic.
We're safe now, Clarice. We made it away from that cursed ship.
Now I can relax and take off this stifling bikini. Look out! Behind you!
We'll return for the remainder of the conclusion after these messages.
Look out behind you.
Roger Corman's Titanic.
Fuck, it's so good.
The car sound.
Was that Tom Hanks's scream? It sounded like Tom Hanks. Oh my god. That's so good. Okay, that is I assume that Roger Corman liked his tits.
Yeah, a little bit. That will come up in a moment. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he was a B movie guy, so
right.
Tits ahoy, basically.
Okay,
but because someone mentioned he launched in chat a lot. He launched a lot of careers, and he did. He was remarkably. I know,
he launched a lot of careers and a lot of ships.
A lot of ships. But the list of people who he helped throughout their careers and gave them their first job or whatever is really remarkable. did people like Francis Ford Coppola, Ron Howard, Martin Scorsese, Jonathan Demme, Peter Bogdanoff, Jack Nicholson, Dennis Hopper, William Shatner, all kinds of actors, all kinds of directors. What? And I mentioned he was a distributor. He distributed Kurosawa, Fellini, Bergman, all in America.
So when you say he launched their careers, what do you mean?
He gave them their first job, and we'll see an example of that in the list. So next screen across, we see he's in lots of famous films and cameos. Next asset in Google Drive. He's in a lot of famous films as cameos because he was so important to these people. Do you recognize the film, Fred?
I don't think I do.
It's the Godfather Part 2.
I have not seen Part 2.
Okay. I mean, he's a minor character. I'm just wondering if you can deduce.
No, I couldn't.
The film was. Then we have the next film across, and we have another one, cameo in a film. This one's probably the easiest one. I'm wondering if you can get this.
This is... Wait.
I have a clue that will completely give it away to you if you... But...
This is... Honestly, my classic film knowledge is quite limited. Apollo...
It's not quite a classic film. It's Apollo 13.
People are saying Apollo 13, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ron Howard as well. That's a funny film because it has so many like personal connections to both Ron Howard's father and his brother also act in that film. You have Rance Howard, and you have Clint Howard, which may be the worst name.
Rance Howard.
No, I'm convinced Clint Howard. Clint Howard sounds like a slang for vagina. Clint, show me your Clint Howard. I'm sure
he's that rancid.
Yeah,
Rance Howard.
Is it Rance or Ranch? I mean, I don't know how to say his bloody. Ranch Howard, Rance, Clint Howard, but like I'm sure his
Howard is Rance. It's like
I'm sure his. Yeah, go ahead.
Rance is short for rancid in the same way that calc is short for calculator. If you're coming in late, calc stands for calculator.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry.
Sorry. No. I was just getting somebody threw me off and they said Ranch. No, it's Rance. It's definitely Rance. I just looked it up. But I'm sure Clint Howard's career's been held back by the fact their name is Clint Howard. Like Ron Howard sounds like a go-getter. Clint Howard sounds there's something very wrong there.
It sounds like he's driving a turnip truck to a big speech about how evolution isn't real.
Absolutely. And we have one final cameo if people want to have a guess. Some people are definitely aware of the films he cameoed in and they're looking right. Do not spoil this for Fred. Give them a moment.
I have no idea. Again, my classic film knowledge is very limited.
These are from the 90s, Fred. Hardly classic film. It's Silence of the Lambs.
I have seen Silence of the Lambs. This is Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah. I mean, he's probably not in the film for very long. He's probably got maybe a minute in the film. But the reason he's in the film is because he meant so much to these directors. And Jonathan Demme, of course, directed Silence of the Lambs.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of like very, very, very influential filmmakers owed their career to him. And, one clip, the next image is of, I did a quick search because I wanted to show how James Cameron, director of Terminator and Alien and Avatar, was he was responsible for launching his career. And at the same time, when I did that search, I found a Martin Scorsese talking about Roger Corman. I think it's actually worth watching him talk because there's an interview with him. This top video I sent it to you on.
The James Cameron one or the Scorsese?
It's the James Cameron one. It's like a minute long, minute and a half, and I think it's worth it to watch because it's very very
for sure. Ooh, that is loud. Are you kidding me?
Fuck you, sci-fi.
Sci-fi wire. Let me just blow out your ears. Holy hell.
the really good sections of the science fiction special effects arose in a strange kind of way. We had finished shooting, everything was on schedule, but we were falling behind in the...
Oh, this looks like a pair of tits. With a pair of tits. Like, look, those are
Fred,
tits.
Fred, no, it's a spacecraft. Fred.
Those are tits.
No, what's wrong with you?
Sections
Fred, tits derangement
special effects arose in a strange kind of way.
This ship has knockers.
That's a James Cameron. We blame James Cameron. This is Roger Corman talking.
Okay.
We had finished shooting. Everything was on schedule, but we were falling behind in the special effects. And Gail Hurd, who was my ace assistant working out of our office here, I asked Gail to go down to our studio and stay a couple of days and find out why the special effects department was falling behind. And she came back after 2 days and she said, here is the reason. The man you hired to head the special effects did what many people will do when they're looking for a job. He somewhat exaggerated his experience in special effects, and he really isn't that experienced. But there's a young kid there who hitchhiked in from Arizona. It's his first job in Hollywood, and he's really good. It's Jim Cameron. What you should do, you should promote Jim. So I went down to the studio, talked to Jim for a while, and I think this is the only time on any picture where I gave somebody a raise in the middle of the picture. I said, Jim, I'm bumping you up on raise and you're going to take care of the special effects. And the special effects Jim did on that film were really brilliant.
Yeah, so it's a nice little...
Jesus.
It's a little bit of, film history, and there's so many directors who own their start to Roger Corman. And I think what's really important to emphasize here is it's very easy for people to be giving, to be philanthropic when they're wealthy, rich people. But Roger Corman was never that well off. He was always making movies for a shoestring. And I think it's remarkable that he sort of put so much faith in young people, and I think that's a really, really, really remarkable legacy to have left. He was, I believe, 99 when he died. I want to just double check his age because he had a 70-year career, effectively. 98, excuse me. The last little piece of information.
There's one thing I wanted to point out, by the way. That's an infinity mirror. It's two one-way mirrors facing one another. Or like a one-way mirror facing a normal mirror.
Yeah, the light gets less intense.
It fades away. Anyway, I just thought that was...
But,
I recognize that.
Sorry, George is having a moment.
George? Hey, George.
She can't hear you, Fred. I'll put the headphones on.
Oh, hold on. I get it. This is George. For those who have not seen George. George. Have you seen George? Now you have.
She reacted in a way. She tilted her head when you said her name. Yeah, I've got the headphones back on now. But oh God, George! No, George is just having a bit of a happy.
Oh.
But James Cameron was always a very efficient filmmaker. Terminator was made for a very, very small money to the kind of film it is. Something like $5 million US, which doesn't sound like very much, but for a film that's very small budget. For a sci-fi film, that's almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very little. Even keeping the cameras running for a day is tens of thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to. Normal people don't realize how expensive filmmaking is.
Yeah.
And then you learn it's like, oh yeah, to have this crew on set for a day is like $18,000.
Right.
And it's going to take 30 days to film. And that starts really adding up. And then to license the music is another 250. To get the editing suite for 10 days is another 200,000. You're like, how does everything cost so much?
Yeah.
But it's like, because people get paid a lot to make films.
Yeah.
But the last image I want to point out is because we're gonna look at a bad film that George was George, my dog, Roger Corman was involved in. But this is a good film. I think his best film is probably The Intruder, which helped launch William Shatner's career. And it's the perfect Shatner role. I think Shatner is an amazing actor, but what he's very good at is being an actor. When he's Kirk, he's pretending he's in control of situations, and in a very different character in a lot of ways to Picard, which is interesting because Patrick Stewart's kind of a different kind of actor. So I'm saying Roger Corman doesn't make bad movies. He definitely made bad movies as well as cheap movies. This is an example of that. William Shatner's performance is always he's almost like being. It's also interesting when you watch early episodes, original series, like The Enemy Within and stuff like that. It actually makes light of that element of his character where he's in control of a character who's probably more scared or more. It's an interesting role, but this is very much like that because he goes into a community where they're ending. This is sort of 1960s, early 60s, where they're repealing segregation law, and he basically goes there to rile up trouble. And by the end, he kind of loses control of the situation.
So it's taking that like strength of him and then removing that in over the course of the movie.
Yeah.
Ryan is cutting off a little bit sometimes, but I think that Ryan's just trailing off sometimes.
I'm a bad speaking person.
I'm a bad word talk man.
Me fail English, impossible. I've got
that
hay fever
impossible
as well, which is not helping either. I also pour some more water for myself, but it sounds like I'm urinating, and it's definitely picked up on the microphone.
It does. Oh yeah, that sounds like you're pissing.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just pouring water, everybody. If I could make some noise that indicated I was not pissing at the same time, I would. But you just have to believe me right now. Look, I'll put the jug down hard. There you go.
That was Ryan putting down the piss jug. All right, you ready?
Absolutely. Oh, I should. Yeah, we'll see what happens in this film. See if you can work it out. Let's see if I found all the titty. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
He tried to censor all the tits, but we might. And also, I know that you also cut out some of the rather gratuitous scenes.
Oh yeah, you'll see.
Okay, I'll see. Gotcha. Because the last movie you pulled up for us was Golden. Dak Rambo. That cannot be a real name. That is a stage name.
His surname is real. His first name is a nickname.
Dak
Rambo.
It sounds
we live in
like
a post Dak Rambo world, Fred.
Bob Johnson, Roll Fizzlebeef, Big McLarge, Dak Rambo.
We don't have this in the. This is not The Intruder, by the way. This is a bad movie. This is Ultra Warrior.
Yeah, we are going to watch Ultra Warrior. That is the name of this movie, Ultra Warrior.
This is the thing I forgot to say. This is during the period where Roger Corman had a target of making 15 movies a year.
God, that's insane.
That's bananas.
Slab, squat thrust. Meshach Taylor. That is a real name, I'll bet. Because you can barely pronounce the first name. Isaac. Claire Beresford.
This music's very nice. I'm impressed with this music because it's clearly not from this film. Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, yes. He pulled music from other places.
Probably other Roger Corman films.
Someone's calling this Sardaukar pop. It sounds like they tuned down a cello really low. Like they just like it's almost floppy, right? Floppy cello string. Floppy. It's almost floppy. Or just pitch down a cello. Listen to these binaural beats. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yep, you see it?
Yes. Did they reuse this?
It might be like an earlier version, because it looks like it's not colorful. But even if there are boobies in this, by the way, Fred, it's so low quality, this rip, but it might not matter.
Right. Yeah, no, we saw this in the clip that that they were talking about, where they were interviewing Corman. Kevin Tent.
Oppenheimer.
Wait, what?
They finally did it. The space defense system built to protect our world was accidentally triggered. Millions died in seconds.
Known as the Big Whoopsie Daisy.
And after the fallout, millions more died. To survive was a curse. Disease, chaos, and violence became the leaders of the new world. Those with wealth, usually landowners able to grow food, formed new cities. Cities run by military fascists. They were nothing but armed bohemians, pimps, and sexual outlaws, often capturing innocent survivors and killing them in the streets. And those without wealth? We were forced into the harsh radioactive deserts created by...
Yes.
Do you get it yet? Do you get what's happening?
This is a rip-off of Mad Max.
No, this film is made of other film.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, like, this all seems like they had big productions, right? Like, this is some intense sets.
Roger Corman was good at that. He makes his films look expensive.
Became the leaders of the new world. Those with wealth, usually landowners...
Yeah, this is a dialogue scene. It's a tracking shot for a dialogue from another movie.
It's the West Wing shot. So I found this rip on YouTube when I was just, blundering around. And if you look at all the comments, they're in Italian, which leads me to believe that Italian people are stupid. No, Italian people, they probably sold this a lot in Italy, where Italian people were like, this looks good, yes, and they didn't realize it made no sense.
Right.
Able to grow food.
These sets are cool.
Cities run by military fascists.
Yeah, that was a really intense city shot. Yep. That was a lot of effort put into making that city, and it was on screen for literally less than a second.
Yep.
They were nothing but armed bohemians, pimps, and sexual outlaws, often capturing innocent survivors and killing them in the streets.
Sexual outlaws, aka feet people.
Furries.
And those without wealth? We were forced into the harsh radioactive deserts created by...
Kenshi. Hey people, Seth here. Today, we're going to be talking about a game made out of other games.
By the bombs. Colonies were formed, some of them peaceful, happy and content. But as the radiation did its genetic...
Happy and content living in the hillsides of California.
You can see the change in color grading between those shots.
Yeah.
Damage. Most became violent. They became nothing more than mutated petty thugs, fighting like savages for simple
how many movies
such
is
as food
this?
and water.
Somebody keep count,
Eventually,
please.
feudal governments were formed. Lawless bands of roving criminals using weapons and machinery from the late 20th century.
That's how you make a sci-fi movie cheap.
Were victims of these tyrants.
Yes.
We were a simple spiritual group.
Everything was destroyed in the bomb, except this Ford pickup truck.
Trying to live in peace with what was left of our world. But instead, we were constantly running and hiding.
Dude, I got this trike we can use. This motor trike.
Oh, hell yeah. I can borrow it from my cousin.
This is a lot of exposition.
Yep.
They captured my people. The weak and the old were brutally murdered. Often they were cut in half.
This is... Often they were cut in half. Okay, so the script said often they were cut in half. And you think like, oh, like they were bisected like lengthwise, right? Like in the belly, right? Like that's your immediate thought. But the shot that they had was a dude slicing straight down on the person.
Yep.
So that's what they went with.
People said he doesn't make bad films, but that's bad.
Yeah, you know? that is bad.
You just said he'd kill him. He just cut him. He just killed him. We get it.
This movie so far is just peepo talk.
The rest of us were forced to become slaves.
Yeah, cutting in half is a particularly, like, weirdly blasé way of talking about, like, an atrocity. Saying they cut most of my people in half has the same vibe as, well, the front fell off.
The front fell off.
Like, this is a very major event, and I feel like if you're going to describe something that could be described that way, you ought to add more detail.
Absolutely.
Some for pleasure.
Thanks, Ryan.
For hard labor.
Thanks, Ryan.
We worked in their mines, digging up minerals sold to the outside. It was an outsider who came to us one day. An outsider who had no idea that he would change history and free the mutant.
To be clear, Ryan went through and censored as many titties as he could find. And this is how he decided to do it.
I do use different emojis.
April 1st. Joke's on you. This movie was a joke.
He's saying Kansas, Fred.
Wait, they went from speaking the exposition to writing the exposition. There has never been a more relevant time to gigantify Froggy.
Sorry, I'm choking.
Fred, get out of the way. Which is once known as the Atlantic Seaboard. Today it is called Oblivion. What?
It's a folk song, folks. To be fair, this is a great cover.
It is, yeah. This is just
Fred, this took me so long.
Yes, this is Fallout, the TV show.
Probably nice to show.
I feel like I'm the only person who feels like the Fallout show looks a little bit cheap.
Yeah, because this is nice. Look how nicely this is shot. This is a Roger Corman production. It may be cheap as shit, but everything they filmed is like nicely shot.
Looks good, yeah. Like you know what? The Fallout TV show feels like a web series. That's how
it's like
everything I've seen of it feels like a web series more than it feels like a television show.
It's like those continuation Star Trek the original series online, and there are people who look like porn parody Leonard Nimoy in a serious role.
Thanks, Ryan. I was looking at titties, but now I'm looking at you.
Paging Mr. Kenner. You have a phone call in hospitality. Paging Mr. Kenner.
They want to be extra hospitable today. I be careful.
God damn it! Hey, they're throwing away your money.
Shit, fuck. Wait, this set looks completely different.
Yeah, it's from a different film.
Different film, yeah.
Where the hell are you? I'm at the Overlook Hotel. It's a tourist trap near the border. Why haven't you gone in yet? We'll go in when we get damn good and ready. The kid wants to see the
we've only
sights
been
first.
on a few dates.
You'll go in tomorrow morning, Kenner. This job is high risk. The bishop uses criminals and outcasts to mine minerals we need. Those bastards are charging us whatever they want for the zirconium. And that ain't good.
Why does the lip sync not quite work?
Sorry! He said that ain't good. He's making me look bad, and that's not good.
Wait, what? Oh, whoopsie daisy. Where is the... Okay, I meant to just like...
Further back.
Yeah, I want to go.
Like
Hold on.
4 minutes in.
Here we go.
There. Before, back.
I was trying to figure out why there was like spaceships.
High risk. The bishop uses criminals and outcasts to mine minerals we need. Those bastards are charging us whatever they want.
George! Why is there space dog fighting? Also, that person definitely was not saying the words that he was saying. That was from another film, and they tried to like script it so that it looked like that's what he was saying.
Fred, this is from another film too, Fred. Don't you get it? It's films within films.
This is literally... Is there any original footage in any of this?
This guy, every time Dak Rambo's on the screen, I think it's original.
Okay.
You'll learn to love Dak Rambo.
With the rebel insurgents. An enemy ship, probably on a suicide mission, crossed over the neutral zone. Our defenses scrambled immediately and met the ship halfway to Earth. There was a fierce battle.
Wait,
One
what?
star cruiser, 2 battleships were destroyed.
Starry said film of leaves.
But it gets worse.
I thought that Earth was destroyed and that like collapsed society because the only society was on Earth. What's going on?
But it's the future.
Lost another colony on Mars.
But it's
a
the
rebel
future.
strike force of 10 ships landed on the planet. They surrounded Elliotville, a small vacation-like resort in the southern hemisphere. Since most of the inhabitants were tourists or honeymooners, they were poorly armed and lacked any
Fred,
military
can you not
training.
hear how hard
Our last
the script writers having to work
no
to make this fit into the footage?
The loss of
They are
Elliotville.
Why are there
trying.
space
Insurgents are
farmers?
now in control of
Why are there
90%
space western
of the southern
guys,
hemisphere,
gunslingers?
which means
Because
they
it's a
control
holiday
all of the zirconium
resort.
mines.
This feels like a film challenge. We have taken a bunch of clips from random films and mashed them together. You as the script writer have to write exposition in such a way that it works. Go.
They're talking of film challenges. Roger Corman's, I believe, this is true. His film Little Shop of Horrors was shot in 24 hours or something. I will Google that.
See that your timing and your job are very important. You understand?
You make the deals. I take the reading.
You do that. Are you and Junior
pointing.
getting along all right?
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
His daddy is a powerful boss man.
Boss
Got an
man.
interest in the future of
2
Oblivion.
days.
Be nice to the kid.
2
He
days.
respects you. You don't look good, Kenner.
Reception.
Take care of yourself. Do the job.
That was a cute line.
Get out.
You look bad.
Wanna keep you
Reception.
on my list. Nobody stays
That was
on top
cute.
forever.
You're loving Dak Rambo already.
Am I going to love Dak Rambo?
It's Taylor Swift.
This
The
is
bad old days.
This is Did they just take clips of like Austin City Limits and shove it in here? Sus. What is this song? Why don't you give me a call?
Here's 50 for a night, Ken. I'll meet you at 7 in the morning. We're going in.
I'll meet you at 7 in the morning at your place. We're going in.
There's probably like the least sexy thing I've ever seen in my life happening on the screen.
Oh,
This
really?
woman pours a bottle of water over herself. I'm just like, that looks unpleasant.
I'm cold. Breets. What?
Going up.
Thanks, Ryan. You're gross.
Baby. George is not approved.
George! Even George hates it. Hi, George.
Oh, Kenna. I love the music. It's very nice.
Oh, slab. Oh, hunk.
Oh, slab.
This is so weird. Yeah, I'm saying yes. The audio quality of their voices changes radically.
It's also looped, Fred.
It's looped?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She says like, oh, Kenna multiple times.
You can see Oblivion from here.
You can't see shit.
Hold on. You can see Oblivion from here.
Too bad it's radioactive.
You ever been there?
You must be crazy. Do you think I have a death wish? Nobody goes into Oblivion but fools and idiots. No, sir. You won't see me crossing that border. I'm not stupid.
I can see Oblivion from here.
I'm Rena Bruyant. I love dogs. Doesn't everyone? Bye. Watch.
Sorry, that transition was really nice, Fred. Did you see that?
Today's ozone reading is at 2. For your protection, do not expose yourself to the sun for over 9 minutes.
Do not expose yourself.
Is required.
Don't be upset.
Unlike everywhere else in this movie.
Upset. Gamble all you want to. What is this, some kind of a joke?
I promised her we'd take her. She wants to see Oblivion.
Miss, get out of the car. Phil, get her out of the car.
She won't be
Lumi, hey there.
taking radiation readings. Shut
up.
Lumi, get out of the car.
I like
Hey,
how
Lumi.
one person said, "Who loves the wolf? We love the wolf," and everyone else is like, "Sup, fat nuts." I see.
Makes me dizzy.
Welcome in, everyone. Everyone, okay, we're being attacked with Lumi's dumpies. The only way that we can survive is to return fire. Everyone, fire your dumpies.
No,
fire your
not like
T-owl
that.
dumpies. Perkele satana. Dumpy. Counter dumpy. Counter dumpy.
See, your dump is
Yes,
smaller. but
yes,
it's
counter
faster.
dumpy. Yes, we have the boss dumpy. Jordan Joel brought the boss dumpy. Good. Massive. Yes, unleash the mega dumpies. Dave, good work. Dumpy Wars. We are watching a terrible movie called, like, made up of other movies. So far, most of the runtime is other movies that have been chopped up and put into this movie.
This will not change.
This will... Good. Oh, no, no, they're bringing out their mega dumpies. Stop them. No.
But nobody's been to Oblivion in the last 100 years. We don't know what the hell is out there.
Please, Kenner.
All right, she's your
What?
problem. I don't lift a finger to help her.
Okay.
The audio is so badly balanced and mixed. Like, my audio is badly balanced and mixed because I'm streaming. This is fucking live.
We're doing it live. Fuck it.
We are doing it live. But this has no excuse.
Kenner,
This is Sheila.
Hi. See, you might think that that's singing, but it's actually a dude they threw down one of the dunes.
He's like,
it's the only way to get that specific sound out of someone.
Flies past the camera.
I'm going to tell my kids this was David Lynch's Dune.
To be fair, this is probably a better film.
Phil, Witcher tells me that your old man has something to do
God,
with this
David
place.
Lynch's Dune sucked.
Boss man? Yeah, he's into mining.
I thought he was with the government. There are rules about it.
Rules.
Hold on a second,
His
she's
corporation's
grooming
got
me.
Corporations even he doesn't know about. My father, the
Fred.
boss man.
Fred.
Yes.
It's another film.
It is another film. What the heck? And like now we have diegetic exposition.
He was the first person to dig for zirconium on the ocean floor. He built an incredible scientific laboratory and mining facility 300 miles below sea level.
This sounds like a great film.
Beautiful.
The ass.
He said marine life was beautiful.
Life was
As the
beautiful.
dumpy came on.
Gel sacks.
Gel sacks.
I remember it well.
Man, I just kept looking at the women's zirconium gel sacks.
Best summer job I ever had.
So, is that what
We'd
you
often
referred
take
to?
a
in that
mini
test,
sub
Fred?
deep into the zirconium mines, following the now extinct albino stingray to its nesting area.
Why are there Why do we get so many weird... The script is so weird. We get so many weird little details.
Fred, do you know why? This film is
Why?
This film is 1 hour and 10 minutes long. It cannot be any shorter. The credits are 8 minutes long. It cannot be any shorter, or you cannot sell it as a rental.
Once at the bottom, we could
I
actually
see.
pass through the zirconium gel sacks. Unfortunately,
I wonder what the
about a
actual
month
plot
after I
was.
came topside,
Actual footage of
a
Fred's
massive earthquake.
Shut up.
The ground beneath the sea literally opened up. A few
He's
scientists
just
escaped
summarizing...
in mini-
How much of this movie is summarizing other movies?
It's,
subs
you know,
just moments
it's like an
before
episode
the
of
lab
Nostalgia
collapsed.
Critic.
The majority weren't so lucky. They were trapped and
Oh my
buried
god, would you
alive.
not watch this film
The mines
if the
were
main
also
character
sealed.
wasn't Dak Rambo, but Doug Walker? And he's
Okay,
just
yeah, I
talking
would
about
watch
movies.
this.
He has to go to Oblivion, but he's also talking about movies. Instead of just being like, this is something that happened to me. He's like,
Yeah.
I watched this Roger Corman movie, and there was a submarine at the bottom of the ocean. Oh, I
was
Hang on,
rewatching... Oh, go ahead.
There we go.
I was rewatching Dan Olsen's...
Oh,
George!
George! Sorry, there's outside.
George, holy shit! George! Are you okay?
It's okay. I know them.
You brought up Doug Walker, and just the rage flowed out of George. That scared me.
Sorry.
Jesus. What does George want?
She sees people outside.
Oh, okay.
Let's close the curtain, shall we? Okay, cool.
Did
We're
you-
good. I closed the curtain.
I was watching... Sometimes when I just need something to watch,
Holy shit, George, stop it.
I'll rewatch Dan Olsen videos. I can't explain it. Dan Olsen is just like folding ideas is comfort viewing for me. And his review of Doug Walker's The Wall, I just watched it again. And what was my point? I got distracted by George. George completely derailed me. Gel sack, the nut sack.
you were talking about. I don't know. Sorry, Fred. I fucked up.
I don't care anymore. Yeah, it was just Doug Walker. I don't even remember what my point was.
Probably forever. That's why we're here in Oblivion. Because the world still needs zirconium. Hey, there's money.
It's like,
oh
God.
No, don't be Doug. Ryan has become comfortably Doug. Holy shit, that was terrifying.
Sorry.
Oh my god, that was a jump scare. Although, Doug Walker barking is extremely amusing.
Sorry, everybody.
Dog
I'm going to
Walker.
try and predict it and mute before it happens.
Okay.
Readings become low enough. Think about it.
I'm so sorry about that, everyone.
Everybody get ready. Here comes Elijah. Elijah goes straight for the truth. It's a beautiful day, and it's time to eat.
Let's see it.
Good meat on that one, Elijah. No.
Long Legs 2024.
How many times I tell you not to bring hot stuff here?
Oh.
You murdered my beautiful fish. The Lord made that fish. You give Elijah his fish back.
Go away, you fool.
Where did you get that fish?
You want a fish like that? Elijah will get you one where you stand.
The guy
I'm
just
not
loved
staying.
his
I'm
fish.
going over the border.
I can't get you no fish like that if you're going over. That's the bishop's country. You get your own damn fish.
Oh, just tell me where you caught it. I got a
What?
map that shows everything that...
Don't let the bishop bite you.
What is happening?
Going over, going in.
They stopped at like a tourist place outside of Oblivion. Fred, I don't fucking know.
Going in, going
Why are you
out,
hassling me?
Elijah knows.
Movies like this, I feel like, are often cliches strung together. You have, like, the homeless man being, or, like, the homeless coded man, right? Being, like, esoteric and smiling and laughing like, you don't know what's coming. That's just another trope. Although, the grinding up the fish was pretty original.
He's like, this gay detector is not working.
What was that?
We're gonna have to find out, Fred.
Quiet, damn it. Scared enough already.
What the fuck?
It's okay, it's okay.
Weird elf person.
The leg is bleeding. We're gonna get this off. You live around here.
What is it?
I'm gonna get this trap unhooked. The leg is bleeding.
It's okay, yeah.
Go get my med kit.
Weird elves.
That's good. It's sealed. Let's go. I'm
Dee-doo.
gonna find out where it came from. Stay here.
This is borderline experimental, yeah. Yeah, I know she's a mutant. They talked about mutants.
Yeah, very vaguely.
One of the few original shots, and they... Do you think that they actually decorated a dead mall?
I think they just found like a deserted mall.
You think so?
Yeah.
They must have done it up a little bit.
I mean, obviously they did stuff with it, but
Don't move.
he's got a pitchfork.
Or I'll shove this elephant dung in your face. Hey, Hina. Yeah, no, it's amazing. We have the nostalgia critic here. He barks
I wish
now.
I could do a nostalgic critic voice. Maybe I just make George bark. I can't make George bark, but...
Please don't. That was ear-piercing. Guys, I'm on a trike. This is from another movie.
Yep. What's going on outside? Oh, we're just showing a film.
There's footage of another movie upstairs. We have to wait until it passes. This is completely bonkers because the two...
Oh no! Submarine boy.
Submarine boy's dead. Wait a minute. We were introduced to him. He gave his whole backstory, and then, like, he did an exposition dump and is dead before 20 minutes in the film.
Yep.
I really love how they have to have the footage from another movie. Those people can't actually be interacting directly with the people, like, in the original film. This is amazing. Hina, we are watching a movie that is made up entirely of other movies. You want to come on? You want to come in and watch with us for a little bit?
That guy had a paintball gun, surely? Did he have a paintball gun?
Probably. It looks sci-fi.
There was a guy with a Sterling submachine gun, which is what the Stormtrooper gun's based on. He actually looks like he's in a screen in the movie.
And they just randomly have, like, a mime warrior. Watch out, he has an invisible wall in front of him. You can't hurt him.
Hey, sir! A pretty one. You want me to pop him or hold him?
Oh no!
He cut him in half.
Yes, traditional.
Leave him alone! He's just what we're looking for. Hey, Shaq! Look what we found!
He had such big ears.
Who are you bastards, anyway? Where you taking us? Who the hell is he?
Move your ass, you freaking mutie! Move!
Move your ass, you freaking mutie. Who are the main characters? Well, we've got one dude here. His buddy's dead, and now there's a woman who someone else brought with him. I get it. He wouldn't have brought a woman along to be the love interest because that's not in his character, so they had to have an excuse to bring a woman in. And so they had another character bring a woman along. That's why. Submarine Boy was a plot device to get a woman, to get a person with tits into the movie.
Roger Corman's like, I need a woman with tits. Can you provide a woman with tits?
Phil's dead. They've killed him.
Is she... I feel like the scriptwriters weren't certain whether she was supposed to be a woman or a child.
Oh.
They think you're one of us.
This is also from another movie. Women.
You can call me Buddy, because that's my name.
Wait a minute.
Thanks. You can call me Ryan, because that's my name.
That's my name. Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
Red, that's terrifying. You can do a Homer Simpson impression.
I just discovered it.
You're gonna be in this open cast for a long time. We've only got one rule in this mine. When you're here, you do your damnedest.
Muties.
Have you muties got that? I found that it doesn't matter how repulsive you look.
Is it just me? Or is that Roger Corman?
No. Roger Corman is in this movie,
That's
though.
my name. You're gonna be in this open mine. When you're here, you do your job.
That's not Roger Corman.
We keep a wizard on staff just in case.
Have you mutants got
Also a
that?
mannequin.
I found that it.
Wait, was that person's mutation that they look like a mannequin?
Have you mutants got that? I
They've just
found
got
that it
zinc on their
doesn't
face.
matter how repulsive you look on the outside. It's what's inside the cat.
Oh, that's so sweet. This guy sounds
Kenner.
really nice.
I got here yesterday.
From where?
I came in from Overlook to measure radiation.
This movie moves at breakneck pace. You know what it is? I get the feeling that this was written so they could get to the other footage that they had slated to add.
Yeah.
It's a normal.
Wait, why is he wearing like a Hot Topic outfit? What's that shirt? That's a Jurassic Park shirt.
No, this is too old. This is too old.
I guess it is, yeah. You're right. It looks like, you know what it is? It's probably a shirt from a museum. It's a witch on a broom. I thought it was a pterodactyl.
Or you'll die. You move.
Spirit Halloween. It looks like they got... It looks like they also got the wardrobe from Spirit Halloween.
Tonight in Arena 1, motorcycle jousting. Admission
Motorcycle jousting.
Motorcycle jousting.
It's got a broom on the end, Fred.
in Arena 3, a beauty bashing. Admission free.
Muty bashing.
Won't fight. Won't kill anyone. They can't make me. I won't. No.
What's the matter with her? No, it's not her. It's someone else. She knows what other people are thinking. That's why we call her Radio.
Call her Radio.
Her name's Radio. So, shut up, Indy.
And move it. Initiation time! The face off to the death! You guys! Hey!
Pink shirt guy. Yo, rope dick? He's a mutant. And he has a condition called rope dick.
The music's quite good. You can hear he got good music. Roger Corman got it, though.
Yeah. But I mean, he cannibalized it all, right?
Yeah, but good
That's
music
like
really
saying,
elevates the scene.
I mean, that's kind of like saying, wow, this World of Warcraft PvP compilation has really good music. And they, like, just... It's Metallica.
Not the same, though. He had to pay for the music, right?
So the difference between a WoW PvP compilation and Ultra Warrior is that Ultra Warrior paid for the music.
Yeah, well, you know, nowadays you just get your video taken down. Back in the day, they would have taken him to court.
So it's about the danger.
Yeah. They had to fight to the death. This is how they decided on copyright disputes back in the day.
This is what people in the 90s imagined while listening to Judas Priest.
Yeah. Push him around. It's like, fuck off. Fuck off. Stop hassling me.
Floops. Fooglies.
Mr. Kenner.
Why did they dress him up like
the
this?
Bishop. I know what you're here
They call me the Bishop because the Bishop is my name.
for. Others have come trying to do.
Wait. Hold on a second. I need to do something. Here we go. Wait.
Bloody hell,
Wait.
Fred.
What you're here for. Others have come trying to do.
Fuck. Others have come.
What you're here for.
You're such a pro.
They call
I know,
me the
right?
Bishop. I know
We'll
what
be
you're
here all night
for.
if we have to do this to get this right.
Others have come.
Okay, worth it.
What you've been ordered to do. And let me tell you, your presence here is somewhat disturbing to business. We don't need that. So now, you will fight for our entertainment. And hopefully...
Is this what HOAs are like, Fred?
Yes. Die. I hope you die, smiley face.
It's the guy's foot code. He blew himself.
Dude, why is she dressed like Jim Sterling? Oh my god, Ryan.
Yep.
He blew himself.
He blew himself.
What?
He's marvelous. Fabulous.
Well, I guess the dude's dead.
That's great. I want every
Damn.
bad guy to do this.
How do I get out of here? No way.
He looks like off-brand Indiana Jones.
He's Dak Rambo.
Jack Rambo. What? He shoved them, presumably they're gonna like rip him apart or something?
They're just gonna tickle him.
Tickle, tickle. Just kind of bonking it against the door. Bonk. Knock, knock. Please let us in.
I'm so sad it didn't show him just like fall on top of the door afterwards.
Oh, that was a familiar sound effect.
Alert status is now code 2. There has been a multi-muty escape. Repeat, a multi-muty escape.
Multi-muty escape.
This film is so confusing. Like nobody travels anywhere; they just appear somewhere else.
That sound effect.
Satellite.
Hold on. You know what those guns sound like? Let me see if I can find this. I think it's this. Yeah, this. Oops.
Take code 2 now.
Are they looping the music? Are they? I think they might be.
No, it's just a recurring motif.
Satellite.
This is playing off of a weird terror of people in like the 70s and 80s. There were tons of PSAs about people sneaking into the back of your car and then like killing you after you start driving. Or like while you're still parked. Like, that was a huge fear. Like, one of those weird fears.
How isn't that something
always...
that happened in parole violators as well? Doesn't he hide in the back of the car as well there and try and catch people stealing it?
I think it's a very American fear, right? They'd also say, check underneath your car, because, like, a bad guy might be there.
I had some relatives from, like, Columbus, Ohio, and they said they left their cars unlocked, because if they didn't, people would smash the windows and, like, rifle through stuff.
Yeah. I know some people do that.
So if they leave their car unlocked, do they need to check the back seat that no one's just hanging around in there?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Warning. Alert status is now code 3. Take code 3 precautionary measures now. Close all doors and windows. Take vitamin B12 now. This is not a drill.
Wait, did they say take vitamin B12?
Yeah.
Everyone, code 4, chug your gamer sups now.
They got organized. Move. No, Kenna, there's no cover that way. Come this way.
Shoot him, Roger. Shoot him with your Tommy gun.
Get him. Hold on. He's in this chase now. Guard. That was not from this movie.
Classic American car. Slight crash and it just explodes in flames.
That's how you know it's not a Toyota.
Yep.
Need a lift?
I'm gonna part the sea.
You're normal, aren't you? More or less.
He hasn't got massive ears.
Do a job.
Furries interacting with me during the game show. You're a normal, aren't you?
Why did you come in here?
Normal did this to me.
What kind of a job, Kenna?
Nobody comes to oblivion but thieves and murderers, Kenner. Ah, shit! You didn't have to do that. I wasn't gonna hurt
you. He grabbed him attacked him with a knife, and he's like, "You didn't have to do that.
I wasn't gonna hurt you."
My hand.
Ow! That was too far.
Kenner, do you like Brahms?
What?
Brahms?
My favorite.
That is Brahms. He is correct. Oh, George.
Burb. George.
Tough luck, Kenna.
George. Yeah, George. Yeah, George. Is that so? The nostalgia critic making those noises makes me weirdly happy. I want to do a version of this now with Linkara running against the green screen. The Lightbringer.
What is it you're really looking for?
I already told you. Some readings, some atmosphere stuff.
Oh my god,
Companies
it's
on the
another
outside,
movie.
The ones I work for, need
Oh,
to
it's
find
sold
out
out
if it's
now.
safe to come in here.
Once again.
Your land has the richest deposits of zirconium left on Earth. As you know, zirconium is what we use to make ceramic pottery. But now it has a more important use. Recently, a ship from a parallel universe entered our space sector.
Oh my god!
They claimed to come in peace. but their purpose was
Fred,
deadly clear.
Fred, I missed this. The parallel universe. It's got a multiverse.
There's
Ultra
a
Warrior
multiverse in this. This is incredible. How many plot elements can they fit into this?
Fred, here's the thing. I'm not a writer. I'm a composer. But if you were like, what would you do in a situation? I was like, keep it simple. Right. And they're like, multi-dimensions. There was a bomb that devastated Earth. They colonized Mars.
Literally throwing every possible science fiction cliche into one big soup.
Literally half. We curved. The thumbs have curved down
Turn
so
the planets
low.
of our solar
They've
system
turned
into
around the Earth and they're back up again, Fred.
They turned the Earth upside down.
Stars. They started with Neptune, moved on to Uranus, using technology far advanced from our own.
They're probing Uranus, Fred.
Wait.
Fred, this is not
Wait.
To turn the planets of our solar system into stars. They started with Neptune, moved on to Uranus. Using technology far
This wasn't
advanced
worth
from
it.
our own. These aliens, whoever they are, hop from galaxy to
Whoever
galaxy,
they are.
changing
Whoever they
countless
are.
planets.
Does this ever get
burning
answered?
Suns.
No, Fred, no.
Why?
To turn them
We
into
don't know.
tits.
Our hunch is that they're some sort of markers, probably for
Roger
an
Corman's like,
intergalactic runway.
if we add another dimension, can I have more topless women in my movie?
Anyway, this star converter broke through our defenses. Our weapons were useless.
We've moved our women's bra.
Scientists worked round the clock, finally developing a
In
new
their
secret
fucking
weapon.
old-timey labs.
You know what this reminds me of? Hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The
It's the unknown.
weapons were useless. Scientists
To be
worked round
fair,
the clock,
Roger
finally
Corman's Willy
developing
Wonka
a new
experience is pretty
secret
good.
weapon. The zirconium bomb. One of our StarCraft
You've struck zirconium. Oh boy, we can make that into more pots to hold more dwarven ale.
battle cruisers, packed with hundreds of zirconium bombs, was launched from Earth. It was a mission the crew took bravely and willingly, for they knew it was a one-way ticket.
God, this sucks.
She fought her way through the alien force field and maneuvered herself underneath the belly of the giant ship. There,
Again,
she
Remember, show,
detonated her
don't tell.
bombs. That's why I'm here. The future of our planet and our solar system depends on finding more zirconium.
Forget it, Kenna. Other fools have tried and failed. Why don't you go back to your world and your family before you regret it too?
God, this blows.
I don't have a family. What about you?
My parents are dead. They had been members of a muti rebel.
It's happened so quickly.
A small
More.
sect who believed in fighting violence with violence. They were
Another.
on a mission not far from here when my mother was suddenly captured.
How many times does this happen?
She was pulled underground by a cannibalistic subspecies known as the Whiteys. They were mutated
The
like us, but
Whiteys.
lived underground
The
in
Whiteys.
total darkness.
Fucking
The
white
Whiteys
people.
were mostly ruling class males with little or no tolerance
Why
for
are
other
they-
muti races.
This
Their
is
women were
insane.
oppressed, usually forced-
Ryan, this movie's insane. It's just
Yeah.
taking a bunch of.
Oh,
This is literally just
George.
other movies
Sorry.
mashed into one.
I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this
have to
is
remove-
Morlock. Morlock shit.
I'm going to suggest you turn it back 5 seconds, Fred, and listen.
Okay, do 10.
The Whiteys were mostly ruling class males with little or no tolerance for other muti races. Their women were oppressed, usually forced to take menial underpaid jobs in addition to raising families. Anyway.
and they were only allowed to earn 7 cents on the dollar.
My mother was tossed in a cell with another entree. Days later,
they call it the rock ceiling.
my father, upon realizing my mother's absence, went searching
Very
for
good.
her.
The
He found
zirconium
his way
ceiling.
into the Whitey's domain.
And ASTRALINE thinks that's a good thing. This is an official statement of ASTRALINE.
They were about
This
to
is a
kill my
world
mother when
ruled
he
by
came to their
friends.
rescue.
They almost cut her in half.
Together, my parents bravely fought the Whiteys. Freedom was a grasp away.
My parents bravely fought the Whiteys. TikTok version of Martin Luther King Jr.'s history.
But a grasp is only a grasp. Eventually, they were captured and eaten alive.
Wait, so they just lost?
Yes. But one day we'll destroy them all, and then it's going to be the way we want it to be.
Maybe we can help each other.
This is
You
insane.
don't need your kind of help.
He just rescued everyone. Fucking bitch. How much do you want to bet this in California, Fred?
Wait.
Honey pie and me.
That was the dude that was like being mysterious.
They're gonna send out the biggest
Yeah.
hunting party we've ever seen.
Headquarters here. This is gonna be the biggest hunting party they've ever seen. North Patrol, you approach from the south. South Patrol, you approach from the west. East and West Patrols, you circle in from the north. Party at the Coliseum when you get back. God love you. Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
See, that's the greatest piece of dialogue I've ever heard in my life.
Amen, God love ya. Amen, brother.
No, but like, they're gonna send out the biggest hunting party ever.
The biggest hunting party ever. This is written by a 5-year-old. The Whiteys. Wait, did they just give her a bald cap?
He wants you. Hurry up, little bitch. His hunger grows.
Say that again?
Hurry up, little bitch. His hunger grows.
Oh, I need to be. Oh,
Hurry
let's
up, little bitch. His hunger grows.
I need to be Neil Breen for this. Anytime somebody says bitch, I need to be like, bitch.
Bitch. His hunger grows. I know it sucks being in this movie, but it's okay. It's not that long.
How long? Can we take bets? Pause it, Fred. Pause it.
Yes.
Pause it. How long before we get another movie?
I am going to say... No, there's a baby. The mother's going to be around and she's going to deliver backstory. I'm going to say 90 seconds. Minute and a half.
90 seconds. I'm going to start timing. I'm going to go 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay.
I know there's one coming up, but I don't know how soon. Let me put the timer on. Ready?
Okay. On 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
They have babies at the Coliseum from time to time. Sometimes they're like us. They leave them out to die.
Fuck!
17 seconds. 17 seconds.
Damn it! Dude, they just loaded an ass. Oh, this is the end of Scorn. I'm going to scream.
Chromosomal damage
I need to load an
caused by
ass.
years of radioactive fallout was extreme. Those able to reproduce usually gave birth to genetically damaged unborns. Early on, there was hope.
That's Roger
A
Corman.
high-tech lab
He
was
played the
built where
baby.
modifications on unborn DNA were developed. Unfortunately, just weeks before a cure was found, a terrorist attack destroyed our lab. and killed our scientist.
I like the way you can see a guy lying on the floor. She's like, and killed our scientist.
And also killed our scientist.
Like, if a dog was, like, shown dead on the screen, it'd be like, and killed a dog.
Better microwave the baby. Muad'Dib. 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 Better movie. Better movie.
Although I've fathered none of you, you are my children.
Another?
It is time to listen to
Another?
the voice inside your soul.
That's my cup streaming for 80 hours straight.
Once beautiful and will be.
Actually, my throat's feeling fine this stream.
The 70-hour stream-a-thon was a bad idea, Mike.
Again, your ancestors spoke of the great white wolf. It symbolized their strength and passion. When the wolf disappeared, the world
When the wolf disappeared, and the wolf just literally disappeared. That was a Neil Breen effect.
It was, but Neil Breen would be like awkwardly fighting the wolf. The wolf would just be doing nothing, and Neil Breen would just be stood in front of it punching.
Does somebody have a clip of Lumi yelling "Perkele Satana"? Because I would love to make that. I wonder if she'd be okay if I made her yelling "Perkele Satana" a sound alert.
Wars began, small at first, but they soon spread like wildfires, engulfing the world in their flames.
And then there was another nuclear war. We did it once and then we did it again.
His armies, once massive, fought for food, water, and precious minerals such as zirconium.
The world's
gotta make sure to tie that in.
That's another movie.
Moved to the northern sector where
This is
they
a documentary.
lived at one with nature. But the bishop soon arrived.
This is what life was like in
Raided
Scotland.
Our peaceful commune with his fortified slave truck and his
We've seen
fortified slave truck.
What is happening?
He's giving you important lore, Fred. You should be paying attention to it.
I've
I
been
didn't watch
trying
this
to
film.
pay
When he was
attention.
speaking, I didn't watch this film. I listened, Fred. That's the difference between you and me. Neil fucking Breen, and you're Al Twink Man.
No, I want you to say it like Neil Breen.
I cannot do that. That's the difference between you and me, Fred. I'm Neil Breen. You're an anime Twink Man.
No. It's not stilted enough. The
Fred,
difference
I don't have
between
all
you
night.
and me.
Yeah, okay, good job. Yeah, that's perfect. The
difference between you and me is that you talk and I listen. I'm the only one around here who gets what's going on.
In real life, Fred, I wouldn't have much use for a Neil Breen impression. When am I ever going to use that? When am I ever going to use that?
Now, it's part of your toolbox as a performer, as an artist. You increase the number of tools in your toolbox, and you don't know when you'll need them, but you will one day.
As a composer,
many of you fought.
I want to hear him say slave truck again.
Peaceful commune with his fortified slave truck and
his fortified slave truck.
It's like the kind of thing somebody would be like, have you been driven around in my fortified slave truck? And they're like, do you mean you're like Toyota? I can't think of a car brand. What car do you own?
I was handed. I'm not going to have it for very much longer.
It's fine. It's like 20 years old.
Yeah, it's like a million years old.
It's like you mean your smart car?
No, I don't. I have a Lexus, actually. It's
the Japanese Mercedes.
It's a... It is a... How old is it? It is like 20 years old at this point.
You mean your Honda Jazz?
I have driven a lot of different cars over time, but like... What, I drove a Toyota and... Well, I drove a Toyota from the 80s in college. Like, I had to learn how to drive manual. That's what I drove in college.
You know the most embarrassing Fred car story is the way when you're trying to change gear and you're clumsily trying to find the correct power band to change gear. You're like, come on, baby.
Yes, like trying to figure out when a car wants to shift gears, like a new car, right? Or a car you've never driven before. There's always that embarrassing period where you're trying to figure out where you should be shifting gears.
Or if it's like a car with a knackered clutch and you're like lifting your knee by your ear to try and get it to reach the biting point. That's embarrassing.
Yes. Coffee Kindred, I don't really have trouble with that. It's more finding the RPM or the speed at which I should be changing gears. Coffee Kindred is right though. The exposition in this movie sounds like one of those AI YouTube channels where they explain and summarize a whole movie with a shitty AI voice. That is so accurate.
Thugs. Many of you fought bravely, but we were no match for his superior firepower. Those of us who lived were shipped like cattle south to his mines, where we were forced to become slave labor. We have survived these traumas because we are muties, and because we know that
because we are muties.
The great white wolf will return, and we will turn this burning land into a paradise.
That's it. Do 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 do.
For maximum protection, smooth evenly and liberally onto dry skin. Reapplicate.
What is he saying?
To dry skin.
Is he reading off of a bottle?
Roger Corman's like, we don't have time. We can't pay you for any more script. Just read off this fucking...
He was just reading a moisturizer bottle. Dude's becoming a VTuber stream.
That's why Roger Corman lives so long. At the age of 98, he moisturized.
Ah. Dryness is the enemy of youth. So, what I think is happening is they're intercutting between, like, original footage and, like, footage from other movies. And
but he's doing it like a VCR. They can't afford to shoot this. They're, like, cutting with VCR.
This is like what I do for my streams.
Yep. Oh, it's a wall, brother!
This is madness.
Yep.
Ow. Ow. Jesus, stop it.
If I'm gonna die, it's not gonna be like a rat in a hole. I'm gonna fight them in the light!
Look at that old computer in the background. It's like a CRT monitor.
You are taking these people to be slaughtered. There's a better way.
Like, no, that's pretty metal.
We can't afford to film outside.
Climb up through one of the air ducts on the south side. Does anybody have a pocket knife?
What?
It's a Isn't that like a milk truck or a post van?
It's not a post. It's not quite a post. It's not a Drummond. Quite. Drummond? Is that it?
Elijah knows all about this man.
Not a Drummond.
It's Rob Zombie in the background.
For Mr. Fish. What's your name?
Fish. They call me Fish because my name is Fish. I'm never gonna get over that. Grumman, excuse me.
Spear. Kill snakes.
I drove a Grumman LLV.
There's no snakes in Oblivion, huh? Well, I must have been misinformed.
Look in the hole.
I've been down there. It's empty.
You, for the outsider.
That's me.
Stick us down the hole.
I like your Adam's apple.
Come on, what are you waiting for, Armageddon?
Armageddon. Armageddon.
That's a sewage
another...
facility or a factory or something.
Yeah, where is this? What is this?
It's like a factory, isn't it? Like,
Probably.
don't do that! We don't have insurance!
Told you. Nobody home.
Don't worry, Mr. Rob Zombie. You can come to my film set and learn about the art of making movies.
What's this dude doing here? Did he, like, lead them to the...
Hospital shit. I set foot across the border. They'll give me life in a federal rehab. Get away.
This music is so out of place. It's good, but it's not playing.
Here.
Hello there, Brendan. Welcome in. Everyone, could we say hi to Brendan?
Hello, Brendan. Why is that man in B?
With T-Owl hi.
Because Mad Max. Oh, that was quite good, though.
There's competence in here. Oh, Hikari, thanks for giving us up to Ika Pika. Now Ika Pika can frog me. And wave. How can you be a proper Fred auntie? Yeah. Wait, that delivery was perfect.
He's great. He's the best character.
Shit! Oh, that was amazing. One more time. That's amazing.
That's from a different movie.
Yes.
That's from a different movie.
I am so lost.
He killed them all because he tricked them to come into the hole with him. God, phrasing.
Yeah.
It was a thing of beauty.
She has the Zoomer haircut.
Can you hear it?
No.
So loud. Real thank you.
So loud.
Fucking hell.
Need a drink. No problem.
Turned 12 years old.
That's for you.
pretty good, huh? Woo! It's a little radioactive, but I think that helps the taste.
It's tingly. It tastes like sucking on a penny.
Up there. What should we do with them?
Just do whatever you damn well please. Go on.
I'll take care of it, Kenner.
He's like, fuck off. Jack Rambo's getting his drink on.
Drink? Okay.
Careful, it'll go right to your head.
Yum, 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 yum.
They're like, Roger, this guy's got massive hair. What can we do with this bald cap you're going to give him?
Boy, Elijah.
The microplastics really add to the taste.
He watches, and then he helps. Do not confine this man.
They're going to Eden Lake this dude.
My dear children, you have won a battle.
Who is this fucking Cenobite guy?
But you have lost a home.
Like Davros.
Now,
Fred,
you must go
pause
out
it.
and seek the light.
Pause it. I need you to just brace yourself
Okay.
and listen carefully to what's said in the next.
Okay.
The storm clouds of change are upon us again. As your ancestors promised, the great white
looks back.
wolf has returned, and his name is Kenner.
He's so
Now
white.
your new leader. One of you will be chosen to carry his seed. Do this willingly with passion and great gusto. Free yourself from all inhibitions. The nectar of your love will fuel his heart and give him the strength and the courage required to lead us to our promised land. Rejoice, chosen one. Rejoice, for it is your destiny. You have no more need for me now, my children.
Wait, one more time?
One of you will be chosen to carry his seed. Do this willingly with passion and great gusto.
And great
Free yourself from
gusto.
all inhibitions. The nectar of your love will fuel his heart and give him the strength and the courage required to lead us to our
I
promised
run
land.
on seed.
Rejoice, chosen one. Rejoice, for it is your destiny.
Oh,
This is
fuck.
how this is how Mike got to drum for Red Fox.
Now, my children.
Ah, okay.
This is the last time
When I first streamed him, Mike, people were worried he was bullying me. No more, Mike. The tables have turned now.
Kenner.
He said, this is the last time I will speak to you, and everyone is just half-heartedly going, no, don't.
Oh, why? Fuck.
Very Willy Wonka-esque. No, wait, stop, don't.
This is the last time I will speak to you. Bring in
No. Who is this guy? He gave a backstory, but it's like...
He's
Not
the
really.
only one who can have kids among them. He's all their father or something.
No,
He's
he
like
said he
Craster
didn't father any of them.
No, he said he did father them. He's like Craster in Game of Thrones.
You have saved my people, not once, but twice.
Is he in a soundproofing studio?
Why?
What?
Kenner?
That's the best possible thing that could have happened. They just fucking left him there.
He
You
just
should have rolled him on his
fucking- yeah,
front.
He
dicks.
looked at him. He looked at him and he died of cringe.
Put him in the recovery position.
Who's waiting?
Everyone. We're leaving.
Oh, man.
This is the longest we've gone without using another
got a beer.
movie's
Damn it, Kenner. Everything's up
footage.
top.
Oh, he totally shit himself.
He did. He has hair like a black cat. Like, if you look at it from the right angle, it looks like there's no hair there.
Oh,
Like, you know how they're
weird.
black cats?
Oh, maybe he's got
you see what I
stuff
mean?
on it.
Look.
Yeah.
Like, look, it looks like he's balding there. You see through and there, see? Maybe it's
He's
just a
balding
reflection.
all over, yeah.
You going up?
The movie equivalent of an asset flip. There's more to it than that. Like, there's clear competence on display.
That was stock footage, well. That bird. That was stock footage.
Oh, yeah. Spray us with your seed.
Ready? Where are we going? Where's the beer, Ziggy? There's no beer. Shit. Can't you find me just one?
Me
Damn it,
every
they've been
time we
waiting here
stream.
since dawn. Everything they own's on their backs.
Me every time we stream.
You're in the lead band, Kenner. We'll follow you.
Do you know how long I've been waiting, Fred?
Kenner.
The movie is called Ultra Warrior.
Yeah.
That Rambo's the Ultra Warrior.
What,
okay,
he's back.
fair warning. Stop. Fred.
Okay.
There will be some strobing coming up. Okay.
Okay, so flashing lights warning.
Flashing lights warning, everybody.
Let me, you know what? I'll put up a little bit of text, and then when it's done, I'll take it off.
It's very short, but it's worth mentioning.
Hold on.
You're welcome. Remember, I will always be right here.
Flashing light warning. Some stroking. Yeah, how else are you going to get the seed?
Our enemy. My child.
Wait a minute. This is just the Guild Navigator. The beginning of David Lynch's Dune.
Have mercy.
Or like, what was it? One of the characters in, shoot. I was reading a Philip K. Dick novel recently where there's a character. I
would know if he hadn't written about 60 short stories for it, you know?
Well, it was a novel.
Oh.
It was
So
one
it's
of
like
one of his
five
later
books.
novels, where there's a dude who like is in he's moving differently through time, and they have something set up so he can like stay alive and talk to them. It's shoot, it's a really weird moment. It was, I can't remember. I was talking about it a while ago.
Not. Yes.
Oh, here. All right, flashing lights warning. Flashing lights warning. This is like a moment in Fallout where they're like, you can leave this person alive or you can press this button and kill them.
Like Mr. House. My friend did a stream with that and he ate it afterwards.
Other movie footage again.
He's vaping.
Is this tied into the aliens, the other universe?
I don't know.
Uncle Lazarus is dead.
Okay,
All
it's
right,
done. Uncle Lazarus, his name was.
Okay, no more flashing lights. All right, I need you to rub your hands on the truck.
Oh, thank you very much.
Beer.
He's a kind, sensitive man. I'd be into him
Beer.
too.
Say, which rig is the old
She's
man
like,
made?
just
I'll
killed her
talk
own
to him.
uncle.
It's not coming.
He's like, I need a beer.
It's dead.
There we go.
Stock footage.
Stock footage, stock sounds. You know what this is missing? Primus music.
fucking tractor.
Yeah. We got the tractors, we got the trucks.
You're in charge because Uncle told us to follow you.
He told you that?
Everybody I know is watching Clint. They all want to see old Clint. Ha 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 ha.
My company wants your minerals.
We want to be the ones to sell them to you.
And if we play our cards right, get rid of those creeps in the Cadillacs, we can all benefit. We get the zirconium. We pay your people to do the mining for us. I mean, I'm willing to put up a fight for you.
Yay, capitalism.
Wait, is he like, he's like, oh, he's the person who will lead you to safety, and instead of taking up the hero's mantle, he's like, oh, sweet, I can make money.
Tough times ahead.
This is the Ultra Warrior.
North Patrol! North Patrol! Check in! Hey, where are you guys? Damn it! This is the Coliseum! Check in! Where are you?
That's a really bad radio effect.
Anyone with the North Patrol? Son of a bitch!
Hey. Where's Freddy Fazbear? He's supposed to be out there 5 minutes ago.
Sweetheart probably picked up some hot beauty bitch.
What?
Coliseum here. This
He's
is the
got the
bishop.
black gloves, Fred.
Check in
He's
now.
got a...
North Patrol here.
Who is this?
Yorick.
Let me talk to Sweetheart.
He's asleep in the back.
Why the hell haven't you checked in?
Biggest party ever. He'll be quiet for a long time.
Good. Come see me when you get back, Yorick. Yorick, God love you. Yorick, God love you.
Amen, brother.
He's supposed... Like, what was the other thing they said?
It's behind us.
Turn around, that's where we're going.
Are you crazy?
The actors get a bit quirky at night. The Ultra in Ultra Warrior is ultra liberal. Holy shit. Comment of, like, yeah, chat of the night. No, that was perfect. That was incredible.
Bishop looks like Bernard Hill.
You're not an ultra liberal, Harry. Get the fuck out of here.
I tell you I can make this beauty run. All I need are a couple more parts. Look at it. This marvelous war wagon is perhaps the only one left of the old world. I can make this mighty machine come alive again.
He's closer now. It's a funny feeling in my head.
To thunder across the wasteland and make us rulers of this world.
Kenna?
Set him down right there.
It's like Mad Max, but shit. You're right.
Tell me if he lies.
Lies. Elijah never lies. Elijah's a true man.
Have you?
How did Americans make a worse
been to the
movie
Coliseum?
than a bunch of Australians?
Yes.
That's the
In
question.
and out.
What?
In and out.
How do they guard the?
What's this weird
Elijah? I mean,
shade
how do they
toward
keep the people
Australians?
from going in?
No beauty babies
I'm from the
allowed.
UK, Fred.
The bishop will make you shine shoes, and sweetheart will kiss you. There's a big papa. Santa's papa shoots stars everywhere.
Oh, that was actually a cool little note. Did you see that? Remember,
I
she
did,
can
I
like
saw- I-
read
I-
people's
I-
minds, and
okay.
she's mouthing what he's about to say as he's saying it. That was cool.
All I'm saying, Fred, is she's better than Councillor
That was-
Troy.
Yes. Okay, yeah, maybe a little. I feel like he's in great distress.
There's one episode where Picard like sarcastically puts her down, and he's like, "Well, I was able to deduce that too, Counselor." And I was like, "God, he should just do that every single time."
Yeah, no, I remember. Fuck, what was the line? Damn it. I remember it.
Where they heard Elijah. They made him walk through the valley of the shadow.
God damn it.
They have something
He's quoting Pulp Fiction.
In the Coliseum. He calls it Santa's Pauper. He's afraid of us. And they hurt him. Everything he said was true.
Elijah is the son of angels.
True again.
This payoff is going to be footage from another movie, isn't it?
We'll have to see, Fred.
I had a dream, and in this dream was the smell of gasoline, the feel of lubricants, the sight of nuts, bolts, bearings, every part.
Nuts.
Lubricants and nuts, Fred.
Lubricants and nuts.
That our beautiful war machine needs to do its wonderful work.
Hey, Kenner. You gonna fight tomorrow?
That dream will come true.
Looks like it.
I guess.
Tomorrow, we ride where there lies the booty. There lies the
Have we seen this guy yet?
Yeah, he should be in charge. He's great.
I don't think we've seen this guy yet.
Every move you make.
Why wasn't he around earlier?
For the company? For money reasons?
That was before.
It feels good.
I want to help your people.
That was earlier today.
I want to help you, Grace.
Come back.
You don't deserve this kind of life.
They did not give him a script. He is ad-libbing.
Yep.
He's trying so hard.
Or he just doesn't care.
There lies the booty. Yeah, everyone. There lies the booty.
What's it like outside? In your world?
Bring it in.
It's not so great.
Oh my god.
Poverty, violence, food shortages. Shortly after the last star battle, our president declared martial law.
Tell them to have faith in their company.
Since our armies were fighting in space, the government contracted a private science corporation to keep the peace. The enforcers, as they were called, looked remarkably human, but in reality were nothing but a simple robotic cyberpunks. They became more and more powerful. Eventually, they took over. The president quietly stepped aside, but his cabinet members weren't so lucky. Each was charged with treason. Mock trials were held in front of robot juries. Judges, congressmen, bureaucrats were tortured with red lasers and executed on national television.
Wait, were they torturing his balls?
Yes.
They literally CBT'd him.
Judges, congressmen, bureaucrats were tortured with red lasers
CBT.
and executed on national television.
Tortured with red lasers.
Bloodbath of epic proportions. So, things aren't so good.
Yeah, so if you
Things
pop back
aren't-
like a minute, Fred, there you can see some Roger Corman. So I think I
Okay.
managed to look down at the exact moment he appeared. That's him. Yes, that's Roger
okay.
Corman.
Aren't so good.
Dick Laser.
That woman,
Things are kind of bad.
the one that came into the zone. She was pretty.
So are you.
How can you say that? I'm different.
Guys,
I'm different.
it's not this easy to pick
Miller.
girls up.
You're pretty.
You're
Have
pretty.
my seed. You're really pretty. Take me.
I hope I sensed this right. Okay, good. So I want to actually clarify what I mean by weird, gross 80s text. Because it's just a picture of, like, their torsos and nothing else, and him kissing her belly button. It's really gross.
That I feel like a lot more belly button kissing happened in the 80s.
It's because when people first... And she's giving the same lines again. Oh, Kenner.
Oh, Kenner.
It's a different woman with the same voice.
It is. Tommy Wiseau style, yeah. The big head mutant is being cucked. Cuck mutant. Well, wait, you're a mutant? You look like any other person. Yes. My mutant power is that I am constantly being cucked. At all times.
I think because people got like abs in the 80s and they were like showed a belly button, because like sex isn't like a very visual thing. You know what I mean? It looks like real sex looks like two G models like flipping
yeah.
into each other.
Yeah, sex in real life is awkward.
Yeah.
North Patrol, this is the Bishop. Stop your vehicles immediately.
No, alright.
My sizzleheads. Welcome back, Fleet Fried Brains. My compliments on a job well done. Now go around to the rear doors. They'll be wide open for you.
Be careful.
But he knows because he gave the wrong response.
The rear doors are wide open.
No rear doors, mother, no doors. Elijah smells the rat. They'll spill our blood. No. Elijah don't want to die. Elijah don't want mother to die. Mother! Bitch! Wait! No rear door, bitch!
No rear door, bitch!
Oh no!
No rear door, bitch.
That's the Ultra Warrior. Well, look at this shitty Toyota minibus.
We're going in.
Me pulling into the seaport in Foxhole.
Come on now, he drove into the doors better than that. Just Fred Parker, that's what it is.
This is all footage of other movies. I think one thing that really sucks about taking footage from other movies like this is that there is no sense of space.
Yeah.
The sense of space
it
is
just
completely
feels like it's
mucked
no
up.
continuity. It's horrible.
Yes. Like, there's a general thrust of what is happening.
Stay behind me.
But it's not obvious. Why does he have a hat now? He didn't have a hat before. I feel like we need the action music from, shoot, what was the last movie we watched? Thank you.
Parole Violators.
Parole Violators, that's what it was.
This place is my house. You have to help me.
Thank you for the censorship.
Kill, sweetheart. The one with the scar. They'll run. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll wait for you.
But
they're just doing it now. That's why I had to censor it.
Yeah.
He isn't coming back.
There's just a woman stood in the background with a top off, Fred. I don't know what's
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's how it goes.
Looks like the party's in there.
Yeah, the censoring really adds to it. I'm gonna give you enough time next time to like put them directly over the breets.
Welcome to the Coliseum, Mr. Kenner.
Yeah, I had literally less time of film
You've livened
duration.
things up magnificently for us all in Oblivion.
Wow, this is actually for this movie.
Merry Christmas and goodbye.
To call this place evil implies a very purpose that I do not want to attribute to anyone involved.
Okay, yeah. Oh, this is loud. I feel like the audio has been really all over the place, but I guess that's just true of a lot of movies. But even the audio on the voices has been very inconsistent.
That was close.
Like in the same scene, one person will have a line, and then their next line will be really loud. Often in the montage. Like, the montage was clearly cut together very differently.
This is a flamethrower, but it just makes explosions.
Everything is a flamethrower, just variants of a flamethrower. This is a flamethrower, but it throws bullets, and the bullets just are made of lead.
Yeah, keep him busy. Ow!
And not fire. Does he have... Wait, does he have a saw blade stuck in his head?
No, he's a Klingon, bro.
I know he's a mutant, but... You can throw it in there and you'll never know when it's the sound effect of the movie. Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
He's on a bike! Oh!
Was
Father
that...
Christmas, no!
What?
So, Fred, can we start a discussion? Is Ultra Warrior a Christmas...
Wait a minute, you said that there's like 7 minutes of credits?
Maybe 5. I don't know. We're approaching the end.
No, the character that I didn't know. There's been no character development.
That
I don't know
Grumbo
any
got
of... The only character development we got was the submarine kid who died before the first 20 minutes were up.
That was cool.
Who's this?
That was a kinetic shot. I don't know, some guy.
This dude, this is just some dude. But now he has... Is he supposed... Hold on, did they give him a hat because they were trying to make him look like Indiana Jones? And be like, here's a thing that you like. You like this thing, right?
She's probably the best character. Because she's a badass woman with a machine gun. And good psychic is good.
Maybe it's just because I like Fury Road,
Fuck.
though. Is that it? Where's Bishop? Other explosion. Wait, did all of the muties die? Did he just lead everyone to their deaths? Yeah, everyone's just dead. Everyone is just dead.
I don't think they licensed the clips. I think they're owned by Roger Corman.
Lazarus died. Pity. You'll like the Colosseum. It's old, of course, but it's comfortable. Oblivion is a harsh land, Mr. Kenner. It can twist the body, and it can twist the soul.
Twist the soul. Tell us the secret. He lies. Twist the soul.
What are you talking about, my child?
Your face. I
Your
know.
What's wrong with your face?
Oh. I thought you looked like Bernard Hill.
One of us, Bishop. He lies.
My whole life is a lie. You don't like lies? You will see the truth now. And it will be like seeing yourselves in a mirror. Please, look. You will see exactly what you are.
What? Please tell me it's footed. Oh. Oh yeah, that was kind of cool.
He's got a beard. Oh, underneath his mask.
He does.
Oh, he's full Dracula.
Wait, did they shoot him? Or did he just do like a
just ran
disappearing
away.
thing?
He
He
just
just
like,
ran
"What's the
away.
point?"
He jumped
Ran
into...
away.
Wait, was the whole idea that he jumped into a hole to run away?
Yes.
Whoosh. Yee.
He had James Bond plot armor.
Smoke bomb! Yeah, smoke bomb no jutsu. Oh my god.
Enclosed, you will find
This
a copy of
sucks.
my report on the potential of mining zirconium in Oblivion. What you won't find in the report is the following. I've discovered something in Oblivion. I've discovered myself.
I've discovered seed.
I've met a people whose courage and tenacity has helped me discover who I really am. When I first took this mission, I was a shell of a man I am today. Now I have learned to trust the harmony which comes when one listens to his heart. A heart joined with others beats stronger than any alien star converter. Remember, Mr. President, the soul of a man is not measured by the height of his hat or the width of his shoe. Indeed not. Sincerely, Rudolph Kenner.
I want this out by morning. Yes, sir.
Rudolph Kenner sounds like a Nazi.
It's Rudolph. It's the name Rudolph.
I said Rudolph.
Okay, there's only one case in which the name Rudolph doesn't sound like a Nazi, and that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And even he
that's
was
the only time. Ryan, this sucked. Thank you.
You're welcome, Fred. I like a big collar. He restored the ozone with love.
Yay!
That's
He
bollocks. Even
sprayed
if there is ozone, you need to wear sunscreen, guys.
Well, I told him to
Yeah.
forget about mining.
No, he sprayed so much seed into the stratosphere that it's blocking out enough sunlight.
His emissions.
The white wolf is white because of cum.
I don't belong out here.
Neither do I.
Let's go home.
Let's go.
Oblivion's a fucking shithole.
Yeah, what? And the end of the fight is a tombstone white with the name of the late deceased. The epitaph is clear. A fool lies here who dared to fight the beast. I don't know. I don't recognize this.
You will struggle. Keep play it, you'll see. By Rudyard Kipling.
Rudyard Kipling.
Rudyard. It's spelled with a D. Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard.
At least it rhymes.
Jack Rambo, Fred.
Dak Rambo. It's a good poem. I was gonna say, that's a good, like, that actually sounds good. That can't be something that they wrote, and that I was correct. I was correct.
How many script writers does it have, Fred? You gotta see this.
Well, because you have to have the script of, like, every movie that they shoved into this, right?
They got a script supervisor, but where's the script writer? Is it gonna
Script
be the end?
supervisor? Whoever was supervising this was asleep at the wheel.
If you're drunk, go home.
This was very,
This is an
like...
original song, Fred. It's like a down the rabbit hole.
Ah, yes, this is what we've been building to all the time with Down the Rabbit Hole. This. Touch me.
So, guys, what would you prefer? 6 hours of Eve, or the same amount of money spent on 70 minutes or something like this?
This. This is what we should have made. We wasted our time with Eve.
Pepsi Cola.
Seamer. We
So
put,
there was no
we put
script
Seamer in our Pepsi Cola. That actually wasn't a very long credit sequence.
Yeah, you're right. It's like 5 minutes, right?
No, it's like
How long's left?
3.
You're making me look bad, Fred.
To be fair, the Eve video was also made up of a bunch of reused footage. Shut up.
No, we had original animations of it.
Yeah, like this. This had some original footage too.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there was some stuff left over at the end from the YouTube channel. I stole it off. Who stole it off Roger Corman?
It's a bootleg of a bootleg.
A bootleg.
Double bootleg.
There is an article about making the film written by one of the directors. I suggest you check out, Fred.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I'm sending it now.
Where is it, Ryan?
Doing it. Fucking hell.
Here we go. What I learned co-directing Ultra Warrior for Roger Corman. Okay. The director of Crash Pad goes back to his early days as an editor to reveal how recycling footage brought out his true creativity. Yeah? For anyone who had ever considered film editing as a career, there was no better place to be in the late 80s and early 90s than Roger Corman's company, Concord New Horizons. The home video market had exploded and the world was searching for content. Roger, always the savvy businessman, was in a prime position to capitalize on this media hunger. His goal was to produce 12 to 15 low-budget movies per year. Love stories, kids' movies, action movies, comedies. Most of them were made at his studio, an abandoned lumber mill in Venice, California. It feels right that it should be in a town named after a bigger town. But every year, a few were produced in other countries, such as Peru and the Philippines. My first solo feature editing credit was on a film called Not of This Earth, a remake of a film Roger had directed in 1957 about an alien vampire who comes to Earth to steal our blood in order to save his dying planet. Jim Wynorski directed the update, and it starred Tracy Lords in her first legitimate non-pornography role. I couldn't believe I got a job, and was absolutely thrilled to be editing my first movie. Jim had only 10 days to shoot, and when I put the footage together, the film was extremely short, even by Roger's standards. In a desperate attempt to pad the running time, Jim suggested we steal a scene from Humanoids from the Deep, another Corman movie made a couple of years earlier. I couldn't believe what I heard. Steal a scene? How? We can do that? Jim confidently confirmed that we could. Not only did I find this idea completely exhilarating, but also hilarious and outrageous. Now this is editing, I thought.
No, this is pod racing.
The stolen scene consisted of a woman wearing a skimpy red teddy, of course, brushing her hair alone in her bathroom. A noise outside her window startles her. Suspense builds as she sneaks slowly from room to room, investigating. There are starts and scares along the way. A shirt falls off a hanger, making a very loud sound. She accidentally and loudly knocks some dishes into a sink. A phone rings loudly, and she jumps. Eventually, she picks up a large kitchen fork and makes her way to the rattling front door. We use the whole scene, except at the very end, inserted a shot of our actress holding up a fork and giving a blood-curdling scream. She kind of matched the actress from the original scene. Kind of. Well, they were both blonde, at least. It's not plagiarism. It is actually technically plagiarism if you're stealing from yourself. That is technically plagiarism.
I mean, I guess in an academic sense. I think
in an academic sense.
A bit more lenient here.
In a, common understanding of plagiarism, no.
Yeah.
But in an academic sense, technically.
Fred, this is wonderfully interesting, but I actually have to go. It's about 20 past midnight.
Yeah. Please go, and I want to check out the rest of this. Here, I'm going to skim this.
You have a lovely evening, everybody. Thank
you
for another.
Goodbye, Ryan. Thank you very much for sharing this movie with us.
Two more on the 3 more on the docket.
We do.
All fascinating.
I want to...
Involving the Fred Knutson.
The Fred Knutson what? You cut off.
The Fred Knutson car.
Oh, God. Shut up. Go. Leave. Get out of here.
Right,
bye, Ryan. Bye, Ryan. Bye. Thank
soon.
you, Ryan. See ya. Okay, I want to check out the rest of this. I want to skim this real quick. Minutes of the film. I was hooked on stealing. It was all so quick and basically worked, and we added 3 minutes to the film. I was hooked on stealing scenes. Get hooked on stealing. This practically reaches near pinnacle, and I was hired to edit Hollywood Boulevard 2, a remake of another Roger film from a few years earlier. Yep. The concept of recycling footage. All we had to do was shoot a few angles of our actress turning a steering wheel from side to side, cut it into our stolen car chase, and voila! It's still beyond me why Hollywood's major studios haven't started a recycling program. Let's see. Movie they had just shot in Peru was in trouble and need of a recut. It was obvious what was wrong with the movie, so I just said it. It needs a space war. Mike agreed. Literally, it was an afterthought. It needed a space war. The Hollywood Boulevard, dude. Now this, yep. It also lacked a story, was generally incoherent, badly shot, and too short. Although it starred Dak Rambo as likable, much of the rest of the cast, hired locally in Peru, didn't speak English. The consensus for those who had seen the film was that it was beyond redemption. Literally, all he said was it needs a space war, and so they just recycled space footage. With nothing to lose, Mike let me loose in the cutting room with a couple of 3/4-inch editing decks. Oh my god. Needed a prologue. Atom bomb explosion stolen from, I think, the Devastator, and some voiceover I wrote for my assistant editor to read. We set up the world of Oblivion. Classic post-apocalyptic stuff. Yada yada yada. It truly worked like magic. No it didn't. It was garbage. It was garbage. It did not work. Work is a relative term. It worked in the sense that maybe it created a product, right? But this is kind of like dumping sawdust into a bread loaf that isn't big enough. Wait, quiet bar for... There's no way to introduce our lead character, I thought. I remembered a bar scene from either Saigon Commandos or Heroes Stand Alone, 2 Rambo knockoffs shot in the Philippines. We featured a band with a female singer doing a rockin' version of House of the Rising Sun. How thematically perfect, I thought. Yeah, I was going to say, that whole bar scene wasn't from this movie. Little tiny man, welcome in. We're learning about how a man learned to just rip scenes from other movies in order to make another movie. Now it seemed like he was waiting in a strip bar listening to a kick-ass band. Clever editing. I will say that early bar scene is one of the only things that worked. By using stolen footage and carefully written voiceover. I don't know if carefully written is the way that he wants to put it. Is carefully written really what you would use to describe what we just watched in Ultra Warrior? It was a hack job. Used to take a submarine into the underwater mines. Yup. Okay, so Full Fathom 5 was more or less a knockoff of The Hunt for Red October and didn't really look like a science fiction picture. But the film gods happily pointed me to Lords of the Deep, a knockoff of The Abyss which had fantastic visual effects and a huge underwater earthquake. So all he did was just take from more expensive movies. Oh, he uploaded these, I think. Or she? He. Kevin Tent. The non-stop action, or lack thereof, continues as Kenner and Grace are captured and enslaved. Yada yada yada. A lot of things happen and a lot of things don't in Ultra Warrior. Kenner becomes an unlikely hero, saving the Muties and Oblivion. He and Grace get together, and in a final poignant moment, he decides to stay in Oblivion with Grace, even though it's radioactive. They drive off back into Oblivion to live happily ever after. Back into the radioactive wastelands. I don't remember how many films I borrowed footage from, maybe 25, it was a lot. And for all my hard work and sins against cinema, I was awarded a co-directing credit. Was Ultra Warrior still a lost cause? You bet it was. But that didn't matter to me because working on it was the best summer job I ever had. Okay, if you're not actually that committed to it and you know what you're doing is schlock, I could see it being fun. I think I would have fun doing something like this, taking a bunch of random clips from other movies and shoving them into one thing to try to make something coherent. I could see that being pretty fun, actually. There's something enjoyable about that. Well, hey everyone. I actually need to get a couple of things done before I join Whiskey's stream today. I'm going to be joining Whiskey Dingo in just a little bit. And then tonight, tomorrow night. What do I have tonight? Let me check what I have tonight. Is it tomorrow night? It's tomorrow night. But tonight I am going to be joining Whiskey Dingo for his stream. So I'm going to have to bounce real quick. But if you want, I'll be over at Wiki Dingo. Go and check him out. Yep, Ender, I remember. Tomorrow evening. Tonight, woman, we'll be driving down to Belvedere with the T-top down. I'm trying not to kill my voice. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm poking around at who's streaming, and it looks like Ompuko is playing Town with No Name. Oh dear. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, this is incredible. Wait. Oh, I see. He's over on a different stream. That's why there are so few people. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is this...
To all you people who like FromSoft games,
earlier,
I don't think you've seen Sure.
Are they in the... Okay, no. They're just at the intro. They're playing a game called Psycho Killer. I have no idea what this is, but it looks like some old garbage. Some old click? Like, what? Point and click adventure garbage? I have no idea what this is. This looks fascinating. You know what? This is good. This is where I want to send you. Something inscrutable. I will make Whiskey nervous and scared tonight. Thank you, everyone. I will see you, not tomorrow, Sunday, for viewer submissions. Goodbye. I love you, Owlets. Oh, raid message. If you have it, our new emote. Is this gonna work? T-Owl High. It might not be showing up for everyone. There we go. Perfect. Yes. That's going to be our raid message. Goodbye, everyone. It's broken again. I have to fix it.